The GED Pep Talk Center, we have pep talkers standing by to get you motivated for your GED diploma. Text the name Terry to 69222 for a sympathetic pep talk.
You show people what you really are.
Or for a gentle pep talk, text the name Deborah.
You know you're going to make people very proud of you.
And if that's not enough, text the name Danny for an extreme pep talk.
Prove everyone wrong. Show them you're the boss.
Get your GED pep talk and find free GED classes. Text the name of the person you want a pep talk from to 69222.
The IHSA is motivation, effort, innovation, emotion, community. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
Clap on, clap off.
Presenting the Clapper. Just plug it in. Turns things on, turns things off just by clapping. Perfect for hard-to-reach places. Switch to the away function for convenience and security. Your lights will turn on as you enter the room. Or if someone else tries to.
Clap on, clap off. The Clapper.
Available at Walgreens, CVS, participating Do It Best, and True Value.
The Dodge Big Finish event is going to make the season even brighter with the powerful and efficient Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger, America's most affordable V8 muscle car, and Dodge Dart with groundbreaking 41 mpg highway. Let's see the neighbors compete with that. This Black Friday weekend, get some of the best deals of the year at the Dodge Big Finish event. Get $2,000 cash allowance or 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2013 Dodge Dart.
And welcome back to Husky Stadium. We've got two state champions crowned, two more to go for tonight. Coming up next, the 3A title game between St. Joe Ogden and Stillman Valley. Next.
There's a first time for everything. We achieve goals. Celebrate. Cherish and protect what really matters.
To go for tonight here at NIU's Husky Stadium. Stillman Valley, Victory Valley, and SJO next.
There's a first time for everything. We achieve goals. Celebrate. Cherish and protect what really matters.
The IHSA is achievement, focus, creativity, spirit. Champions. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
Tonight, Taves and the crew are in the Lone Star State to face off with the Dallas Stars. Coverage starts at 7 with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live. Don't miss Blackhawks Stars, presented by Miller Lite. Tonight at 7, only on Comcast Sportsnet. High school football on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Burger King, Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Forevermark, The Diamond, The Promise, and the Breedeman Family Dealerships. Visit them at drivehappynow.com.
Now, for the
From Husky Stadium, it's a Class 3A battle at Northern Illinois. Two teams familiar with the state final spotlight. The Spartans hoping to break through for the first time in 5 tries, and Victory Valley looking to bring home a 5th state championship. Full day of football for you here at NIU's Husky Stadium. 2 state champions already crowned. Congratulations to Lena Winslow and to Stillman Valley, or I should say, and to Sterling Newman. Stillman Valley and SJO are coming up next, and then you'll have Geneseo and Rochester later on tonight. Tomorrow, Montini going for 5 for 5. SHG trying to knock them off. You'll have Batavia and Richards as well. Lake Zurich and Mount Carmel, a defensive battle set to be in 7A. And then the 8A battle between Loyola and Naperville Central. Hi, everyone. Welcome into our broadcast. Matt Rothwald with you here at Husky Stadium. This should be a good matchup between two teams that have been here before. Stillman Valley going for its 5th state championship in school history, while SJO, the Spartans, they've been here so many times before in the state finals level. 0 for 4 trying to get it done on this 5th try. Let's send it upstairs to the guys. We'll have the call for you. Dave Bernhardt and Boomer Grimsby. Guys.
Thank you very much, Matt. And, you know, you talk about two teams that are so accustomed to being here. Well, Boomer Leopards don't change their spots. What these teams have done throughout the course of their history, we'll see it again here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Stillman Valley is going to stay true to their identity. They're a triple threat veer option team, and then St. Joe is going to stay who they've been all year long and been more of a balanced offense.
Well, let's take a look at that offense for St. Joe's. They diversify it a little bit. Orion Schote has stepped up along with Connor James.
Well, Orion Schote is the real playmaker that they have. He's really emerged throughout the season as kind of a playmaker. He's more of a speed guy. I mean, they're going to look to get the ball on the edges there to him. You know, Connor James is the fullback, and the fullback that even last week was forced to step in and kind of play for Schote and rush for over 200 yards. So either one have big play capability.
And on the defensive side of the ball for Stillman Valley, they'll make sure that number 39 gets it on the offensive side. That's Zach here. He, along with Connor McNames, the quarterback, going to make this flex bone go.
Oh, Zach Hare has been a force to be reckoned with all season long. He's got over 1,500 yards rushing. You know, it's no secret the fullback in the veer option sets the precedent for how the entire game is going to be played and going to dictate how they'll run the rest of their offense.
We've got our 3A kickoff coming up. Stillman Valley, St. Joe Ogden. Will there be multiple state championships for Stillman Valley? Will the Spartans get there first? We'll find out next.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
The IHSA is competition, teamwork, integrity, determination, triumph. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium, the site of your 2013 IHSA State Finals. 2 in the books. We've got 3A coming up for you right now. It's a 4 o'clock game preceding 7 o'clock matchup between Rochester and Geneseo. But right now, it's all about St. Joe Ogden and Stillman Valley. I'm Dave Bernhardt along with Boomer Grimsby. Let's check in with Matt Rodewald.
Valley coming into this one needing to, or having a big win over Aurora Christian, and the fact is Zach Hare is healthy is impressive. He's had a left shoulder problem and a left knee. We'll see how healthy he is tonight.
Stillman Valley will get the ball first. The return up to the 27-yard line. Kelly Krull working the St. Joe Ogden sideline.
Well, as you guys can imagine, for head coach Dick Duvall, it is his 26th year as head coach here with them. 301st game. This has been a very emotional week. And you know what? It could be his last game on the sidelines here, as he says he may finish up with teaching and coaching at the end of the year. And he goes, so I'm trying to embrace every minute with this team, just really soak it all up this week. And it's also very special to him that his son Kyle is on the sidelines with him tonight. So he's coached him, guys, and now he's coaching with him.
Well, thank you very much, Kelly. And no surprise, Boomer, first carry of the game goes to Zach Hare.
And we're going to see a lot of this. This is the formation that they're predominantly in. They're going to come out with this all game long, the flex bone formation.
High school, All-American at Illinois State University, an NFL veteran. You've never played against the flex bone.
In all my years of high school football and college football, and even onto the National Football League, the flex bone was just never utilized.
We saw a lot of that type of action in the first game. Today, ball's being mishandled. Tristan Elliott is able to fall on it. It will be 3rd down and long for Stillman.
Well, that's one of the weaknesses of the flex bone system, is that there's a lot of split-second decisions, also tosses and pitches that guys really have to be sensing their tracks and have proper spacing. There's always a possibility for the ball to go on the ground a little bit more frequently.
Hare takes the hit, and he will come up about 2 yards short. St. Joe Ogden on the season, allowing only 18 points a game. Number 59 on the stop is Jake Ron, the nose guard, 5'9", 205-pound senior. And it's 3 and out for the Cardinals. Marcus Bauer, in addition to his responsibilities on the defensive side, does the punting for Stillman Valley. Averages about 40 yards per kick. It's a cold ball here tonight in DeKalb, and St. Joe Ogden will have great field position from their 46-yard line following just a 19-yard punt. Dick Duval, 229 career wins. Finished second in 1989, 97, 99, and 2006.
We said St. Joe was more of a balanced offensive attack, but over the course of playoffs, they usually came out throwing the football.
Last 2 teams they beat in the playoffs, Williamsville and Greenville, were unbeaten, and here is the pass. Dalton Walsh. Dangerous part of the field, and it's incomplete.
Just a drop back pass. He feels a little bit of pressure and was forced to scramble outside of the pocket. His receivers do a good job of trying to scramble with him and get open. He just doesn't have the ability to really plant his feet and throw the ball.
He was looking for Hunter Hart. Hart may have had a little contact there on the defensive side. Number 10 for Stillman Valley, Logan Byers. Hart on the season, the leading receiver for the Spartans from SJO. On the ground, Shody. He gets almost 10 yards on that carry, averaging 7.5 per carry this season.
Shody has really emerged as the guy. This is just an outside zone. He hits it off tackle. He's got plenty of space. The offensive line does a great job of creating a little bit of space in the gap. He sees the cut lane and takes it upfield.
Now, Ryan Shody, we didn't expect to see a lot of him if you were a St. Joe Ogden fan at the beginning of the year. And in fact, you didn't. It was Austin Hedrick that was running the ground game for SJO. Hedrick injured in week 8 after he gained 1,200 yards, but Shody has just come on and exploded here in the postseason. Walsh after the first down. Dalton Walsh to scamper out of bounds. He was injured first 2 ball games of the season.
It's really incredible to have that kind of depth at running back, especially at some of the smaller classes of football. I mean, here we are in a 3A game where your leading rusher, with over 1,000 yards on the season goes out, and another one has came on and emerged as just as much of a playmaker.
Well, last week in that win over Greenville, 44-21, after some guys got banged up, they had to go to people who had not played the tailback position since their freshman year, and still they obviously won by double digits. This time is to Hart, takes the hit. That will be another first down, though.
This is just a now pass. Receiver will turn right away to the line of scrimmage, catch the ball. They'll usually throw that whenever they see that the defense is in off coverage, in zone, and playing off the ball.
It's the 31st catch of the year, 456 yards and 8 touchdowns coming in for Hunter Hart. On the throwing side, Dalton Walsh has thrown for over 1,100 yards. A couple of first downs in this opening drive for St. Joe Ogden. That will be 5 yards. Marked off against Stillman Valley. Logan Alberts, number 2, jumping into the zone. It was a 3-and-out for Stillman Valley to start.
Crutchman and Stillman. Still first down.
SJO taking advantage of good field possession after a short punt on the move. Both these teams 11-2, 2 early losses for St. Joe Ogden. They were 2-2 after their first 4 games. For Stillman Valley, they lost their last 2 regular season games. Parker Medine on the tackle again. Only a couple. For 35, Mark Stokes there as well. Now here's Shody up the middle. Shody is not necessarily your power back. That was Austin Hedrick. That was his role. Shody, though, getting a couple hard yards there.
Well, and you can see on this is just a straightforward draw play, and it's the idea that with the bigger back that he would just come directly downhill following the fullback. He kind of abandoned him a little bit there. He was able to be tackled.
Here's Shody the outside, but he will be upended. Great stop on the play. Number 88 is Kyle Lookingland.
This is just great. This is great tackling by Stillman Valley. They really flow to the ball. Shody's an outside guy. He's going for speed. There's no lane for him to go through. It's a great tackle on the open field.
Lookingland, a 6'1", 190-pound senior. Third and short. Walsh to the air. The ball is incomplete after the deflection, so a big stop here. That was Lookingland again. Maybe also getting a hand in there was Bruno Herrera, number 60.
This is a great play by Herrera. I mean, he realizes he's not going to get any pressure. The ball's going to come out quick. You know, to think fast enough to get your hands up, get your hands in the throwing lane, and get the deflection.
Bruno Herrera, huge for this team. After those 2 losses to win the regular season, it was Herrera that pulled the team together. And a 4th down. And a 1st down. So Dick Duval comes out throwing. He finds Jake Stewart from his quarterback, Dalton Walsh, and the chains will move.
This is a great throw and catch. I mean, they just throw the simple out route, make sure that he gets to the marker, throws it, and completes it.
Jake Stewart will be playing collegiate baseball, but he's playing in a state title game, and he has his team on the move at the 17-yard line. There's number 1, Jake Stewart, the 5'9", 150-pound senior. Shody. And number 39 does it on the defensive side as well, Zach Hare. 6'2", 230-pound senior. Hare, a straight-A student at Stillman Valley High School. No gain for SJO on 1st down.
It's a great play by Hare. SJO was trying to run the guard tackle pull. Hare just shot through the gap, came through the backside, and made the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
10th play of this drive for the Spartans. Walsh, time. He'll find his man. And inside the 10-yard line, Brady DePrett. So 3 different receivers have handled the ball on this drive.
St. Joe really spreading it out a little bit more. I knew they'd be a balanced attack, but thought that they would kind of establish more with the run up front, but they've done such a great job of spreading the field. I mean, they have the receivers, they have their wideouts out wide, and just kind of utilizing all of the space, realizing that Stillman is in his zone coverage.
After a 3-and-out, Stillman Valley defense is on the field now for the 11th play of this drive that started just beyond midfield. Walsh to Connor James, to the end zone. So Dalton Walsh has come out throwing, and he finds his 4th different receiver, Connor James, for the score. The 11th play of the drive that covered 54 yards and used up 4 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock.
Such a great play call. You see that a lot in the red zone. You see it a lot on 4th and short, you know, on the fire pass, you know, allowing the fullback to kind of come down, you know, miss the defender and release into the flat. Quarterback gets him the ball, and that was just pure heart. He lowered his head and ran right over the defender into the end zone.
Orion Shoddy with the extra point. He's done it all, but so is the quarterback, Dalton Walsh. He's thrown the ball. He has found the right receivers. Connor James, the 7-0 lead for the Spartans.
The IHSA is motivation, effort, innovation, emotion, community. The future plays here. The Illinois High School Association.
CLR makes quick cleaning of all your messes and turns chore time into your time. Take that clogged shower head, dip it in CLR, and done. It's running like new. Dissolve white crusty calcium and lime buildup on your humidifier filter fast. A quick wipe has this rusty bike restored. A few scrubs and CLR's patented formula zaps through tough rust stains on concrete and stucco. CLR is safe for the environment, too. Turn chore day into your day with CLR. Find all our products at these fine stores.
The 18th touchdown pass of the year for Dalton Walsh has given St. Joe Ogden the 7-0 early lead over Stillman Valley. Welcome back to DeKalb and Northern Illinois University. Mike Lawler, the head coach for Stillman Valley, as we said numerous times here, this is the 6th trip that he has made. 4 of them have resulted in state championship trophies: 1999, 2000, 2003, and 2009. This kick will come up short at about the 17. And down to the 30-yard line. Let's go again to the St. Joe Ogden sideline and Kelly Kroll.
All right, guys, well, it's time for the Spartan defense to show us what they've got. And, you know, this was a different week for them. They're facing a power running game. Is something that Coach Duvall said, you know, they haven't really seen this year. So they worked all week at making sure they were able to come up with schemes, put their guys in the right place so that they could be successful this week. He goes, there's one thing you can't change in your players, and that's their size. He feels like they are undersized, but have certainly looked at film all week and plans to have his guys in the right place.
And they will have their people in place for just a 3-yard pickup. And Boomer, back to the idea that you had not played against an offense like that. But what do you do in 7 days? Prepare for something.
Well, that's one of the reasons that the offense is so difficult, and almost why it's feared, you know, at the level, is that, you know, it's a really hard offense to imitate with a scout team. I mean, it's so based on timing and precision, you know, for the backs taking their tracks and the quarterback actually having the read of whether he's going to hand the ball to the fullback or keep it himself or pitch the football. It's hard to train a scout team in order to imitate that.
McNames to the air, and the catch is made inside the 40-yard line. They'll put it down at the 42-yard line. Play action pass goes for 25 yards. They did this early in their win against Aurora Christian as well.
This has been very successful for them all year long. You've seen them in tape throughout the last couple of weeks that occasionally they will throw in a little bit of a play action. It's very hard to defend because the slot back arc releases in the same way that he does on a run play. So it's hard for the defender to tell whether he's releasing for the block or releasing downfield.
Jacob Huey had that long catch. McNames comes right back, and he is dumped for a loss. Great penetration here from St. Joe Ogden.
See, everyone will decide how they're going to play this option differently. This time they have the defensive end who has the quarterback. He does a good job of coming upfield and making the play.
Number 71 was Seth Griswold. 6'1", 200-pound senior. McNames again. And that ball may be live. Nope, the whistles will blow. Oh, SJO fans thought they might have something there. They thought that may have been a lateral. Jake Stewart ended up in the end zone. Let's take a look. Well, was that parallel to the line? It went off the hands and right into the hands of Jake Stewart.
It's hard for us to see the angle, but you have to have faith in the line judges there. But if it was a lateral, he caught the ball in the perfect bounce on the sprint. There was not going to be anyone in between him and the end zone.
Connor McNames averages 4 passes per game this season. He's already thrown a couple on this drive. Now the defense here early for St. Joe Ogden, they are not big. Their quickness has made a difference here in the first quarter. We have 4:40 to play.
Well, the coaches spoke up. Their strength is in their defensive backs within their secondary, and that's why throughout the playoffs they've matched up so well against the spread teams. But coming into this matchup, it'll be interesting to see how they'll make their adjustments and how they get their athletes involved in the plays. So far, they've been doing a great job.
Ball at the 40-yard line following that completion to Jacob Huey a couple of plays ago. And I believe Stillman Valley needs a timeout. They took a long time to get that play set from the sidelines, and they'll take a timeout right here. We'll take one as well. 4:13 to play in the first quarter. First sustained drive for Stillman Valley. They're chasing 7.
There's a first time for everything. We achieve goals. Celebrate. Cherish and protect what really matters.
This NFL game break is brought to you by McDonald's, where the McRib sandwich is back for a limited
McRib is
time.
back.
Tender, juicy.
That's like getting 37 yards on 4th and 1.
No, it's like running the I formation out of the wishbone.
No. That's like getting a 2-point conversion when you're up by 9. That's like going long on your 1-yard line.
That's like lining up, trips right against the cover 2, calling an audible to a post route, and hitting the slot receiver for an 80-yard score.
Everyone's calling this play. The McRib is back for $2.99 with tangy signature McRib sauce. This one won't last. Only at McDonald's.
The IHSA Football Championships are proudly presented by Country Financial. Achieve financial security.
We have a program alert for our Comcast Sportsnet viewers. Tonight's 4A game will be seen only on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Please go to csnchicago.com now to find a channel number in your area. We'll have this IHSA coverage at the conclusion of the Class 3A game in Chicago. And on 4th down and 8, Stillman Valley gets it big, and their huge contingent of fans come to their feet following the 19-yard gain.
This was a good time to call timeout. I mean, it's 4th and long in an offense that you're not really geared to throw the football. I mean, they find an opening, hitting the receiver out. The defensive back goes to make a play, and if you're going to try to make the play, you either have to deflect it or make it. Otherwise, you have to be on your guy.
McNames went to Logan Alberts for that completion. First down, the drive continues. McNames a short carry. It's an offense that averages 318 yards per game on the ground, averaging 32.5 points per game.
And this is the way that a majority of teams would like to defend the veer option. They like to put you in a position where they collapse on the dive, and there's someone there to protect the pitch. They want to force the quarterback. They usually try to choose the one who's the weakest runner to run with the football.
McNames, nice little move. He'll get near the 10.
And that's why it's so difficult, even as a quarterback, to run this offense, is it is a split-second decision right there, the mesh point of deciding whether he's going to hand the ball off to the fullback, or he's going to keep it himself. That time it was a good decision on his part. Fullback was already getting collapsed on, pulled the ball out, and took it downfield for a couple more yards.
First down for Stillman Valley. You can hear the pads crunching as the gain inside the 10-yard line. Starting to get a little bit of rhythm. That time the carry goes to Jacob Huey.
You'll see this as you get closer to the red zone. Stillman will go in a true double tight end wishbone look, and they just run a blast. He's got 2 lead blockers, essentially an ISO with another lead blocker, handing the ball off and trying to just smash mouth run the football downhill.
Looking for the tying score. The pitch. Room to the outside. Micah Castronovo. An 8-yard touchdown run. Castronovo, not one of the leading rushers on the season. He had some key yards against Aurora Christian. He gets 8 key ones right here.
And once again, running the triple option, this time out of a true wishbone. The difference is now that you have both backs behind the fullback. They fake the dive as normal. He has a lead blocker along with the pitch man. Bringing it in double tight, you're also kind of condensing the defense. You're not allowing as many guys to be on the outside.
And with that extra point kick by Stieg Thedin, we are tied. So Stillman Valley answers the St. Joe Ogden drive with a 10-play drive of their own. It took 3 minutes and 45 seconds, covered 69 yards. Your 3A championship game locked up here at 7.
And that's just about as diverse as that you're going to see Stillman's offense. I mean, they're going to run a double tight wishbone, and they're going to run, the flex bone as well. But it was interesting on that. I mean, they had to go to it. They had some big plays early by throwing the football, and how they were kind of forced to air it out a little bit. And what that does, it keeps your secondary. They have to honor that, and they can't pursue up front as aggressively on the run. But they will not change who they are. We will see nonstop, consistent, triple option football.
Connor McNames 2 of 3 on that drive, throwing the ball, good for 44 yards. So he said coming into the game, McNames only averaging 4 passes per game. Big crowd here in DeKalb. Of course, Stillman Valley just up the road, just outside of Rockford. Not a very long drive for them. In fact, asking Mike Lawler, the head coach for Stillman Valley, what's different about coming to DeKalb than it was all those trips, those 5 trips he made to Champaign. He says, well, it's a heck of a lot easier. Don't have to worry about any catering, the crazy transportation, or any housing. Jake Stewart deep for St. Joe Ogden.
A lot of the smaller schools, the head coaches have such more responsibility. There's not as many people and kind of supporting staff. So, although it is a huge benefit to make it all the way through state to the playoffs and on to the state finals, there's so many other little logistics things that they have to deal with along with the responsibility of coaching football.
St. Joe Ogden will get decent field position at their 35-yard line. We've already played 2 games here at Husky Stadium. Of course, you're watching the 3A game coming up. It will be Class 4A Geneseo to take on Rochester. And again, a reminder for our Comcast Sportsnet viewers, go to csnchicago.com because that ball game, the 4A game, will be seen at CSN Sportsnet Plus. So go to csnchicago.com, find out where CSN Sportsnet Plus is, and jump into that. But stick with us now here in the 3A game. We're tied at 7.
St. Joe motioning out to empty.
Walsh. He'll just dump it away, and you talk about spreading the field. That's what Dick Duvall did right there. Man,
that wasn't a formation I was expecting from them. They've shown early that they know they can throw the football and that they're willing to be aggressive with it. Spread out the football field. You put Stillman, that's normally in the 4-2 or 5-2 front, in a position that most likely they're going to have to defend it man-to-man. Stillman did a great job, though, and Walsh did a great job of not making a play worse. Simply throwing the football instead of going for the run and getting a sack or turning it over.
Walsh trying to get to the outside. Great pursuit by the Stillman Valley defense. A defense that maybe doesn't get as much attention as they should in terms of their offense being able to grind it out. But here they come up big again. Short gain by Walsh.
And this play was botched from the very beginning. It appeared that it was going to be a quick pass right away. But right when he took the snap and turn and kind of ran into his fullback, James, it threw him off, and he was forced to kind of scramble and try to gain some yards.
Number 20 there was Eddie Torrance, listed as a defensive lineman, but we'll see him at various spots on the field. 3rd down and long now for the Spartans. And that play will go backwards. They tried to get the ball to Connor James. Well, indeed they did. But that Cardinals defense had some other ideas.
This is just split flow by the running backs. They inch out into the flat. He gives the ball to James, but Stillman Valley does just a great job of staying with their responsibilities and their assignments and then pursuing the football.
Number 78 was Xavier Watson, the 6'3", 195-pound senior. He was on to stop. Cole Berry, the punter for St. Joe Ogden, averaging 35.7 yards per kick. He was hoping for a good bounce, didn't get it. The Cardinals from Stillman Valley, with less than a minute to play here in the first quarter, will have great field position after a 26-yard punt. As you know, if you're watching the state of Illinois, we've had some brisk weather here. This is what it looks like at game time, 31 degrees. And really a good situation for these teams here today, all through the day. The wind has not been very strong. This field here can become quite the wind tunnel if the winds do pick up.
Well, the last few weeks of the playoffs have been heavily affected by the weather has played such a factor with the spread offense teams.
There is the strength and the power from Zach Hare. He gets about 4 or 5 yards after contact.
And this is what differentiates him. It's what makes him special. It's not that he's just a big back, but it's how hard he runs the ball. You see him lower the shoulders, continues to drive the legs. He's done that all throughout the season. And it's part of the systematic offense of a triple option that you continue to go to the dive and go to the dive. And the defenses will kind of chip away at it, but eventually it's going to break.
He put a licking on number 50, Wyatt Sage, number 4, Brady DePratt. They will stretch these chains out, and that is how short he will be from a first down.
That is exactly what you want in a big power back, though. You don't want someone who's trying to kind of make too many moves or dance too much in the hole. Someone who's looking to initiate the contact with the defender instead of receiving it.
Mike Lawler in a pretty good position right here on second down at about a foot. Lawler came bundled for the weather today. As did most of the folks that came here. A lot of noise here at Husky Stadium. Looking right in the eyes of Connor McNames. That's a first down and a little bit extra. Hare, the workhorse for this offense, came into this game with 231 carries for over 1,450 yards, and he's starting to move the pile forward. Again. Boy, they're coming in chunks of 7, 8, 9, and 10 yards.
Well, and this is one of the benefits of the veer option and how they can do this out of this flex bone set. I mean, the play before, they're running a true fullback dive as part of the veer option. That play there, they actually run more of an ISO where the wing kind of comes up underneath and is the lead blocker for the fullback coming downhill through the hole.
Same play. First down, Stillman Valley. At the end of one quarter, we're tied at 7. How did they do it? St. Joe Ogden opening possession of this game. They take it down the field. Dalton Walsh, the quarterback. He finds Connor James, 7-0 Ogden. And for Stillman Valley, right back they come. It's Micah Castronovo. We're tied at 7.
The DirecTV customers you're about to meet have allowed us to switch their service to Dish Network.
When we switched, we expected to have the same channels, basically the same package, same price, but what we found out was we were missing some of our favorites. The channels that we found out weren't in our package were actually available on Dish Network, but they were on the upgraded package, so we'd have to end up paying more for channels that we got when we had DirecTV. It's just not a fair comparison, right? So we might be paying less, but you're certainly getting less.
It's a Black Friday sale so big, you'll think we've gone insane. Hurry into Curry Ford, because for a limited time, get a $1,500 Ford cash rebate on select new Fords. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months. You heard right.
We'll knock the price down so low, it can't get up.
It's Curry Ford's Black Friday Insanity Sale. But you better hurry, because this insanity won't last. Curry Ford on Lincoln Highway in Frankfort. Call 866-YES-FORD for an insane deal.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium. Tie scores we head into the second quarter. And for the Cardinals trying to get on the offensive side of the ball, Mike Lawler says he could have thrown the ball a little bit more throughout the regular season. You see, they only attempted 38 passes, yet against Aurora Christian, 4 for 8 for a good chunk of yards, 2 for 3 so far. Connor McName's very complimentary, saying that he's a guy who could throw the ball a little bit more. And
McNames will give it off to Hare. They'll try the right side. That will go for about 4 on first down.
This is just attitude football. I mean, when you see Stillman line up in double tight end, true wishbone fashion, I mean, they're making no secret of what they're trying to do here. They're running straight blast play with 2 lead blockers, Zach Hare being one of them, with the tailback following them into the hole.
And about 2 yards short of the first down. There's Hare leading the way.
Exact same play, just switched it to the other side.
On the carry, it was Logan Elvers there in the numbers for Hare, 44 yards in that first quarter. This may be close enough to bring the chains out. Nope, they'll go with it as is. 3rd and less than a yard. Zach Hare, 6'2", 230-pounder. That's first down. Well, Boomer, when they line up like that, there's no secret. I mean, it's almost from up high, it's I dare you to stop this.
Oh, I mean, they're very confident what they can do. I mean, they aren't just a normal flex bone, but when they go to a double tight, true wishbone, and then you have beast players the way Zach Hare is. I mean, I'm not sure if people realize how large a 230-pound running back is. It's rare almost to see it at the National Football League level. I mean, I graduated high school and went to college on scholarship and didn't weigh 230 pounds.
Hare will get to the 3-yard line. Well, and there you go. You know, NFL career that saw you at the linebacker spot, and how many 230-pound backs did you have to run head-on into?
Well, more ran into me than I ran into them,
okay,
I think.
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
You know, he's such a big back. And you know, also what he does such a good job of, though, is a lot of bigger guys will have a tendency to run high. And he's very good at lowering his shoulders still at the line of scrimmage and kind of powering through.
There it is. Touchdown number 28 for Hare and a Stillman Valley lead.
That entire play drive consisted of basically ISO, and ISO. I mean, there was a couple that they led with 2 backs. We call that a blast when there's 2 guys coming. On this, you know, they simply have 1 lead blocker, Hare behind it. It's straight downhill, smash mouth, old school football.
And for the second time today, the conversion goes through. Keaton Weber will get the extra point, but it'll be Zach Hare. And why not? He drives them down the field. He'll get the last 3 yards.
The IHSA is sportsmanship, competition, pageantry, strength, respect. The future plays here. The Illinois High School Association.
Don't miss Menard's 2-day super sale. Doors open at 6 a.m. Friday for incredible deals. This 6-piece garage kit includes a jack stands, creeper, and wheel chocks. $39.99 after rebate. A Performax 104-piece oscillating tool kit is just $29.99. This 15-piece Anchor bakeware set is $9.99 after rebate. Gourmet cookie mixes, pie filling, or recipe tins, only $4.99 each. Friday and Saturday only during Menard's 2-day super sale.
Been a day of offense here at Husky Stadium in DeKalb, Illinois, Northern Illinois University. A cold day, but a 7-point lead for Stillman Valley about a minute and a half into the second quarter. St. Joe Ogden used to athletic success. Their boys basketball team last year finished 4th in the state, Class 2A. In fact, they are already preseason number 3. A lot of these football players will suit up for that basketball team as as soon as Monday. And a little chip. And that ball goes out of bounds. A lucky break for St. Joe. Let's check in with Kelly Krell.
Well, guys, we talked about the experience of Coach Dick Duval. This is the 4th decade he has coached in a state championship game. And he mentioned, you know, I've actually coached Mike Lawler, and he coached against him when he was a player in 1989 on the Marion Woodstock team. And so there's a lot of history to this. And, of course, you know, Dick would like to get this one tonight, though. That would really cap off, I think, everything for his career.
That's right, Kelly. That 1989 victory by Marion Central was the first time that Dick Duval brought a St. Joe Ogden team to the state finals. He's been here now 4 times past that. This is Chody. Chody will get about 6 on first down. Well, this is a pretty important drive here for SJO. They took the opening drive, took it down the field, and scored for the 7-0 lead. It was a pretty quick out the last time, and now after the Stillman Valley touchdown, Spartans will look to answer.
Well, you have to be able to capitalize on this. You don't want to be too far behind, you know, against a team like Stillman Valley that ultimately is going to stay who they are because of the design of their offense. They're going to eat up a lot of clock every time they get it, and they usually crush the time of possession category.
St. Joe will stay in the ground, good for a first down. Chody will roll forward. He'll have it near the 48-yard line.
I'll tell you what, there's some really impressive hitting going on here tonight. I mean, we're 4 or 5 stories up, and I feel like you can hear the contact echo all the way from the field. Chody also doing a great job. I mean, he's more of the outside guy. They're going to try to get the ball, get him to the outside, but he does a great job of also lowering his shoulders and keeping the legs going to get a couple more yards after contact.
Chody, just a junior, had 170 yards and a couple of touchdowns rushing the ball in the second-round win over Monticello. That was a 35-0 shutout. Chody again. He was not going to get there that time. Eddie Torrance, again, stretching the play out. Number 20 pulls himself up off the pile for the Cardinals after a loss of 4.
And this play was won by Stillman Valley at the line of scrimmage. SJO tries to run the guard tackle pull. Bruno Herrera does a tremendous job for Stillman Valley, just penetrating, getting in the backfield, getting in the way of the pulling guard and tackle, and it disrupts the entire timing of the play.
Will get it to Brady DePratt. He'll nudge himself across midfield. He'll still be about 7 yards short of a first down. DePratt talking about the history and about his own personal feelings towards this game. He said, you know, we've dreamed about this since all these seniors were 6 years old. We've talked about it all the time. And that's a trait here of a Dick Duval team that's made it to the state finals. Every team that he's brought, this being the 5th to the state finals, has been very senior dominated. 17 seniors on this SJO roster.
And he said that you win with seniors. I mean, he's got a very senior dominated team, and that allows him to play with a lot of experience.
Walsh, pretty good time. And a man. And a first down inside the 25-yard line. Dalton Walsh put it right on the money to Connor James for a gain of 24 and a first down.
And a lot of this credit needs to go to the offensive line. They're actually doing a tremendous job. When St. Joe goes back to pass the football, they're really feeling no pressure at all from Stillman Valley's defensive front. It's giving him plenty of time for him to set his feet and make throws.
Offensive line of Ryan Koss, Jansen Sage. Center is Seth Griswold. Right guard Nolan Waller. And a right tackle Dylan Koss. The Koss brothers are twins. Part of a long line of Kosses in the state championship game. Chody, a nice first down pickup. Boy, that last pass by Walsh, Boomer, just laid it right over the defender, just dropped it right into James.
Well, and that's we discussed it earlier. You know, a quarterback is the more difficult position to develop as a player. You know, there's a lot of guys on every high school football team in America that can throw a football, but whether they can throw it accurately, I mean, that was a complete touch pass. You know, I mean, he didn't have to gun it. He just had to float it directly over the defender's head and get it to his receiver.
5 minutes into the second quarter, St. Joe Ogden trailing 14-7. There are the numbers for Walsh. Short side of the field for Shorty. He'll never go down, but he will get negative yardage. Loss of a couple.
St. Joe really likes to run the sweep out of this formation. You know, the difference, if he's going to get all the way outside, one linebacker does a great job pursuing inside out, but really the play is won at the line of scrimmage by the defensive back who beats the wide receiver who's attempting to stock block on him. You know, that seals the edge and it allows that there's no lane. There's no way for him to get around the outside and really turn on the burners.
3rd down and 9. Huge here in the second quarter for St. Joe Ogden, chasing 7. And now the whistles will blow. And Stillman Valley wants the timeout. They will get the timeout. That will be their second here of the first half. St. Joe Ogden on the move. They have the ball inside the 25-yard line, down by 7.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, on the links or on the track, on the diamond or on the ice. Go to prepfilms.com. It's easy. You can order your DVD online. At prepfilms.com, you make the memories. We'll make them last forever.
Welcome back to DeKalb on a 3rd down and 8. Stillman Valley takes a timeout, a good timeout in your eyes, Boomer.
Well, I mean, absolutely. He didn't like it was a trip set and it was kind of bunched in very tight. And I don't believe that he was confident in the defense that he had chosen there in order to defend it. Whenever you have 3 receivers in there on the line of scrimmage, 1 on the line and the 2 off, you know, most likely they're going to be running some sort of crossing routes.
Nothing to the right side for Walsh. He's staying with it. He has room to run if he wants it. And that will be caught in bounds, coming free for the pass at the 12-yard line. Good for a first down. Number 9 is Hunter Hart. A gain of 12 on 3rd down and 8.
Another just great example of fantastic play by the offensive line. I mean, he was really feeling no pressure. Due to the play, he kind of rolls out a little bit to his right. He still feels no pressure. You know, his receiver is smart enough to realize the quarterback is scrambling to try to come back to the receiver, try to break off of your route and come back to the quarterback in order to get open and make the play.
First down inside the 15-yard line. Over the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. The touchdown catch will go to Clayton Silver of 12 yards.
St. Joe just really doing a tremendous job. It's impressive how well they're throwing the ball here today. And this is just simple kind of post route. You know, slot receivers going down. He beats the man inside. And I mean, a great throw. He's kind of finding a little window in between multiple defenders. But, you know, this is all stemming from the success that the offensive line is having defending the quarterback. Last week, Stillman Valley played a true passing threat team in Aurora Christian. And I think one reason they were so able to disrupt them is they were able to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
So Stillman Valley, the defense, gives up another score to St. Joe Ogden. And the one thing you look at here, you know, we talked about how the offense for St. Joe Ogden diversified. I don't know that we would have expected in this cold weather that Dalton Walsh would have come out and thrown the ball as effectively as he has.
No, I mean, they're definitely more of a balanced offense than some of the other ones that you usually see in a state finals game. But with that in mind, I wasn't expecting it to be kind of completely balanced and more importantly, it's been more passing game. They found success early and have kind of really stuck to it.
Well, Stillman Valley on the defensive side, as we said, they played Aurora Christian last week. a very diversified offense. This is probably an offense that's maybe a little bit better than a lot of Stillman Valley fans may have thought. This St. Joe Ogden offense.
For sure. I mean, Aurora Christian is always just such a threat, you know, through the air. I mean, such a spread offense and just such a powerful team that can score so quickly, you know, but really how Stillman Valley was able to kind of win that battle was they were able to pressure the quarterback. You know, even if they didn't get to him and get a sack, you know, they forced him to scramble outside of the pocket. They forced him to throw the ball when he wasn't ready to. It messes up the timing of the routes and just the timing of all of the patterns as well.
First touchdown of this game scored by SJO. Stillman Valley got the next two, and the Spartans answer for the 14-all tie. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the first half of your 3A championship game. And a pretty good return out beyond the 35-yard line. Return by Logan Alberts for 26, and this is what you have seen today and what's coming up. Lena Winslow, 28-21 winners over Tri-Valley. Newman Central Catholic picks up another title. You're watching St. Joe Ogden, and then up next, Rochester going for their 4th straight state title. Geneseo has 4 championship games, and a reminder to those folks watching with us at Chicago Sportsnet, that 4A game will be on Chicago Sportsnet Plus. And we'll tell you more about that and how you can find your way to see that 4A game as Zach Hare gets his first carry here on this possession of a tie game. Zach Hare, you talk about a guy that goes both ways. It's been mauled and does some mauling. You can barely read the number 39 on the back of his jersey. There it is. Scrape a little bit off here and there. Carey will go to the 44-yard line.
Well, anytime that it takes more than one guy to bring you down, and chances are there's someone hanging on your feet. You know, the majority of times that he's actually tackled is a swarm tackling effort by the defense, so he's taking shots everywhere.
Jacob Huey, the last carry, and a 3rd down. 4 yards to go for the Cardinals. And that will be close. Logan Alberts at the carry. Albert's 3rd leading ground gainer coming into this season for Stillman Valley will give Mike Lawler and his club a 1st down.
First down for Stillman Valley, 48-yard line.
Everybody stays tight. And here we'll just get it across midfield. You know, speaking of tight, folks that have seen this Stillman Valley offense through the years, and I don't just mean in the last 4 or 5 years, I mean in the last 15, 20 years, not too much has changed. Now that look was a very similar look that fans had seen, but Mike Lawler has said, you know, we have changed a little bit. Sometimes we had to split some guys out because they don't have enough tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, he said the one constant has been the triple option. But I mean, what can you do if you just run out of tight ends? You got to utilize the personnel that you have.
Flag is down on the field here at Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. Mike Lawler in his 16th season, 158 wins.
But that's another reason that he's been such a successful head coach. I mean, some guys get a little too stuck in their ways, and they don't really realize that schematically, if you don't have the proper personnel, you maybe can't run the offense that you desire to. So you have to understand what you have and use it appropriately. And, you know, I'm sure that it was something that he never thought that he would want to go from, you know, the double tight or even utilizing more split ends. But, you know, he found a way to utilize the personnel that he had and still be very successful doing it.
2nd and 12. Harris not going to make it to midfield. That will bring up a 3rd down and long.
Zach Hare on the carry. Tackle number 50, White Sage.
So much heavy hitting going on here. I mean, you see Sage come downhill aggressively, you know, but he's simply just outmatched physically by someone like Zach Hare. He does a good job slowing him down, but then that's what we see, we discussed earlier, you know, hold him up for a second, allow all the boys to come in and help you.
Dick Duval looking on for St. Joe Ogden. Stillman Valley to keep it on the ground and nowhere. Boy, you can feel the pops. Number 5, Chase Gata, 5'10" junior.
Well, they're trying to run the counter here. They have a guy pulling, but Gotta just comes right through and just delivers the pop right at the line of scrimmage. But once again, I mean, every time that you see a Stillman Valley, offender carrying the football, there's multiple SJO defenders swarming for the tackle.
There is Gotta. Again, not much wind to speak of, only about 9 miles per hour, will not affect this kick. From the 12-yard line. Stewart. Tracked down from behind. Find themselves working a state championship ball game. And here are the crew working for your 3A game. Gerald Iserman, Peter Merkel, Jeffrey Bryce, John Widmeyer, and Alan Jackson. Congratulations, gentlemen. Your 3A championship game officials here tonight in DeKalb.
It was a great open field tackle by number 33, Parker Medine. It's actually been interesting this game. We've actually seen more punts than you actually normally do. I mean, one of the great things about high school football is that how often teams go for it on 4th down, and some of that is because also having a punter is a unique thing. It's rare for a high school football team to have just a genuine punter.
Shody gets to the edge but can't turn it. The loose ball, I believe. SJO is on it. Back at the 6-yard line for a loss of 5.
Trying to run the fly sweep here with Shody. He gets the ball. Stillman just does such a great job pursuing and attacking at the line of scrimmage. I mean, the guys come in, the ball comes out here. I'm not sure who, but the SJO, Connor James, big play defending or jumping on the football. Otherwise, you're turning the ball over within the 10-yard line.
This is 3rd down and long. Make that 2nd down and long. That clock winding down. Now remember, Stillman Valley has used up a couple of timeouts. Gotta, no gain. And a question here after the tackle by Logan Alberts. Will Stillman Valley use their 3rd timeout? And I believe they are right now.
Great play by Logan Alberts. I mean, you can see Logan Alberts. He is not your prototypical defensive lineman. The reason that you see him up there on the defensive line, and he is fast and he is quick. He sheds the block and then is able to just get downhill, even though he's on the opposite of play side, and make the play in the backfield.
Alberts only 175 pounds. A defense for Stillman Valley this year that averaged allowing about 15 points per game. They scored about 32.5 on their own. On the other side, St. Joe Ogden, over 38 points per game scored. They started the season, St. Joe Ogden did, 2-2, and Dick Duvall said, we've lost to a couple of good teams, but we just had to readjust, and they did make some changes, and have led to this streak here to the state finals game.
Another example of a coach, these two head coaches have tremendous amount of respect for one another. They played against each other over the years, but Duvall had to address the team early in the year. They've seen what their weakness was. They changed some of their philosophy, maybe something schematically, a little bit of personnel changes throughout the beginning of the season, and then the team continued to get better throughout the remainder of the season.
Those 2 losses early on came to Carterville and Clifton Central. Carterville was ranked number 1 in the final 3A poll. Clifton Central ranked number 2 in 2A, so they were not too many lightweights. 3rd down and big. On the ground with room, James. James will have a 1st down. Connor James had the hole and he had the moves. 18 yards on this run for James.
What a run. I mean, this is simply an outside dive. James sees it. He sees the lane, though, cuts back. I think he actually knows where the yard marker is, but does a good job of lowering his shoulder, picking up the 1st down. Not a typical play call that you would expect out of St. Joe in 3rd and long.
See how they elect to play this final 60-some seconds. They're going to go deep. And incomplete near midfield. The intended receiver was Hunter Hart. On to coverage, number 40, Seth Van Driesen, 6'1", 150-pound junior.
Great job in coverage by Van Briesen. I mean, ultimately, they're in a cover 3 look, so when you have a wide receiver flying down the football field, it essentially becomes man-to-man. He did a great job of not only being with the receiver, but turning around and trying to make a play on the ball.
2nd down and 10. We have 61 seconds left. 77 yards to go. The Stillman Valley out of timeouts. Boomer, is this something we may see SJO do go big? Well, they're going to go draw. James running hard. And that ball may have been fumbled in the pile. I'll say it's down at the 32. Just short of the first down.
And they're going to go hurry up here.
They'll run the play. James has the first down to the 40-yard line.
James is running the ball with authority. I mean, to have a fullback that even last week comes into a game when Shody gets hurt and rushes for over 200 yards. Now you see why he did that. I mean, he's very comfortable dotting the I in the formation. He comes downhill, and very similar to Harry, he's a bigger guy that knows how to bring his pads down at the line of scrimmage and initiate contact with the defenders.
18 yards and 9 yards for Connor James. Let's go down to the field with Matt Rodewald.
All right, Dave. Well, it's been a busy day here at NIU's Husky Stadium. We'll take a look back at the 2 state champions that have been crowned already and preview the Geneseo and Rochester game. As for this game itself, we will take a look at halftime stats, some highlights, and have a conversation with both head coaches here at the break coming up. Dave?
Sounds good. We're just 34 seconds away from that. Tied at 14. Talked about the diversity of the St. Joe Ogden offense, and we have really seen it play out here in the first half.
Well, Stillman Valley has to respect how well SJO has ran the football, has thrown the football. So, I mean, you know, there's 34 seconds left in the half. Most likely they're more in a safer coverage. There's still plenty of field there. That way, they've been very successful running the ball on this drive, but you got to expect them to go to the air here.
And they will. To the sideline. Now we'll stop the clock. The completion will go to Chase Gata. Short gain, about 6 yards. Stops the clock, 29 seconds.
And unless they take a shot, I think we're going to see a couple more of these where, you know, you're going to see 5-10-yard out routes. Give the ability to have the receiver become open, but then get out of bounds in order to stop the clock.
Walsh to the middle of the field. And that ball's caught. Oh, man. What a grab by Clayton Silver. He had the touchdown catch moments ago. 14 yards on this completion.
Great concentration by Silver. I mean, he gets hit right as he's catching the ball, manages to bobble the ball a little bit, but then bring it in.
You're talking about a state championship game, temperature about 30 degrees. You're getting hit from behind, and you just have those calm hands to tuck it in.
It takes a lot of courage when the ball's kind of floated up there a little bit, and you know that it's coming to you, but there's a defender right behind you that you know right upon catching the football, you're going to get smacked.
Another timeout called by SJO with 22 seconds left. This drive started deep in their own territory, back at the 11-yard line. And the Spartans have just continued to push the ball forward. Now, if you're looking for a field goal for St. Joe Ogden, Orion Shody is the field goal kicker. He's only attempted 1 field goal this year. He made it from 32 yards. So they're truly looking for 6 here. They have it at the 39-yard line. Dalton Walsh, a 6'1", 175-pound senior quarterback. Gets time. Incomplete, and maybe actually a break that time for St. Joe Ogden. Hunter Hart dropped the ball. His knee also went down. Hart will be playing baseball at Indiana. Has a fastball clocked at 94 miles per hour. Hart, he was considering not playing football this year, but he said, you know, they're my buddies. I'm going to come and play again. Last year he was the Champaign News-Gazette's Baseball Player of the Year. Didn't play basketball last year to concentrate on baseball and realized he missed that camaraderie you have in a team sport. And the field is spread for Walsh. somebody in the first row of the stands here at Husky Stadium may have made that catch.
Good job by Stillman Valley adjusting to the empty formation. That was a coverage play. I mean, the reason the ball was thrown away was because of how well the secondary was in coverage. You know, once again, they're not getting very much pressure though onto Walsh.
It is 3rd down and 10. Maybe time for a couple more plays. And a screen. Inside the 30, clock winding down, and it goes to 0. Now let's just see what happens here.
You can see Duvall screaming from the sideline at the officials, hoping that they're going to blow the whistle. Due to the stop of forward momentum, we'll see what they decide here.
It's an interesting decision right here by the officials, and they're going to say that's it. Our first half has come to a close. Wow, have we had a good one here in your 3A championship ball game. Each team answering each other at the end of one half. St. Joe August, Stillman Valley tied at 14.
There's a first time for everything. We achieve goals. Celebrate. Cherish and protect what really matters.
I look at her and I see my future. She is the promise that gives meaning to each new day. Her love holds us close and guides us. She is, and always will be, my everything. The center of my universe, from Forevermark. The diamond, the promise. Available at Marshall Pearson Company.
Yeah, I referred my buddy Don to DirecTV, and now I get $10 off my bill every month. The guy was camped out at my house all the time watching sports because he couldn't get the games. So when he moved back east, I made sure he got hooked up with DirecTV. Believe me, nothing looks better in your brand new house than all your favorite games.
Refer a friend to DirecTV, and you'll both get $10 off your bill every month. Just give them your account number before they call 1-855-REFER-NOW.
The best deals on Toyotas are at Thomas Toyota of Joliet. Now you can get a new 2014 Camry at just $2,700. Plus get 0% APR for 60 months. Or get a new 2014 Corolla LE for just $17,600 at 1.9% for 60 months. All eligible vehicles get our no-deductible lifetime engine and powertrain warranty. Good for parts and labor with a zero deductible anywhere in the U.S. At Thomas Toyota, our primary goal is customer satisfaction. Come see why buying a car is better at Thomas. These deals won't last. Stop by today or visit us online at thomastoyotajoliet.com.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium. This is what championship football is all about. Class 3A championship ball game tied at 14. St. Joe Ogden and Stillman Valley. Let's go downstairs to Matt Rodewald.
All right, Dave, Mike Lawler, what'd you like about that first half?
Well, I think it's just, two real good teams going at it there. We both had our opportunities and have scored. We've both made some holds. It's just been, a real good high school football game.
Last couple of weeks, you found those matchups to throw the ball a little bit. You were able to do that in that first drive. Not so much since. You might look towards that maybe in the third quarter a little bit?
Possibly. They were awfully close to picking a couple of those too. So, we got a little lucky on a couple of those, and we started moving on the ground. So, we'll see what the half entails.
They're able to move the ball a little bit. What kind of adjustments do you think you got to make defensively against what they're doing offensively?
Well, I think we got to get some pressure on that quarterback somehow. He's awfully good, and he's checking up there and hitting his people and tighten up the pass coverage a little bit. I think we're playing the run okay, but it's the passing game's really killing us.
Okay, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot.
All right, head coach Mike Lawler looking for title number 5. Dave?
14-14 doesn't get much better than that, but we still have 24 minutes of football. A lot going on here at the half. Highlights, stats, and more from Husky Stadium coming up.
IHSA is success. Teamwork. Challenges. Dedication. Passion. The future plays here. The Illinois High School Association.
Right now at Burger King, choose any 2 sandwiches for just $5. Whether you're craving a Whopper sandwich and an original chicken sandwich, an original chicken sandwich and a premium Alaskan fish sandwich, or a Whopper and another Whopper. Come in today and get any 2 for just $5. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Northern Illinois University. Grit. Determination. Tenacity. We are Huskies. Champions. In the classroom, in competition, in life. We are Northern Illinois University. Learning today, leading tomorrow.
'Twas the night before Christmas, in all true Chicago. Everyone needed new duds to protect where the winds blow. On Blackhawks, on White Sox, on Cubs, Bulls, and the Bears. Where, oh where can I go to get my holiday wares? Then what to my freezing cold eyes did appear? It was Wrigleyville Sports, with all my Chicago gear.
New Satisfries from Burger King. A delicious new choice with 40% less fat and 30% less calories. Cut from whole potatoes, fried to tasty perfection. Crispy and fluffy. New Satisfries from Burger King. Are you satisfied?
Welcome back to Husky Stadium, Brigham Field here on a cold night in DeKalb, all tied up at 14 apiece in your 3A championship game. Dave Earnhardt along with Boomer Grigsby, Kelly Krull, and Matt Rodewald.
Got a busy day already at NIU's Husky Stadium with 2 state champions already crowned, and of course one more coming up later on tonight after this ball game. As we look back and show you what happened in the earlier portions of the schedule at NIU's Husky Stadium, 2 teams, 2 home teams. Up north, they take home the championship. Start with Lena Winslow coming up with a big fumble return right off the top. He had Tyler Oakley with a 71-yard return for a touchdown. He would mirror that and do that exact again. There's more 60-yard touchdown again on the fumble return. 2 fumble returns, same guy, same quarter. You never see anything like that. Oakley again ended up with a touchdown later in the second half and an interception to seal it. As for the second matchup that featured Sterling Newman Central Catholic, it was all Jake Snow early on. Big-time touchdown runs. They were able to get to the outside. Newman Central Catholic went on to a big halftime lead, and they would hold it at the break. Here's Snow again, as you can see, to the outside. He's quick, he's strong, a wrestling state champion as his freshman year, and he topped it off as a senior with a football state championship. Again, it was a 34-13 lead at the break. It would stay that way. And the Comets, they take home another state championship. Mike Popocha, his 5th state championship in 34 years of coaching, nearly 300 wins under his belt, and a special group. He was very emotional after the interview, and we talked to him after the game. So Sterling Newman and Lena Winslow with 2 state championships, a tie game here in Class 3A. We'll find out who wins. Let's talk about it as we head upstairs. Dave and Boomer, guys.
Yeah, Matt, we've got a long way to go in this one, but boy, Boomer, you talk about an entertaining first half. A lot of things happening both sides. Offensively, defensively, both teams have really played well.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are playing tremendous football. I mean, they really understand one another. We knew coming into the game that both teams were very fundamentally coached. The coaches respected one another, and a game like this is probably going to come down to who makes fewer mistakes and if someone can create some big turnovers.
Well, these 2 teams, 9 and 10 in the final rankings. They're going to be 1 and 2 after tonight, and they're playing that way.
Well, I mean, if you can say that there's an underdog matchup in the state finals, that would be it. I mean, you have the last 2 seeded teams within the state playing here, and both of them are playing great football.
Well, we've got a lot more coming up at the half. We'll have stats and highlights when we come back. It's your 3A championship game from Husky Stadium in Northern Illinois University. It doesn't get any closer than that.
Tonight, Taves and the crew are in the Lone Star State to face off with the Dallas Stars. Coverage starts at 7 with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live. Don't miss Blackhawks Stars, presented by Miller Lite. Tonight at 7, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
I referred through my buddies, and DirecTV gives me $30 off my bill every month. But it wasn't about the money. My natural instinct is to help people. And in my line of work, my word has to mean something. So if I tell the guys, you get all these great channels and this amazing picture quality, that's what they're gonna get.
Refer a friend to DirecTV, and you'll both get $10 off your bill every month. Just give them your account number before they call 1-855-REFER-NOW.
Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Thanksgiving weekend sale. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. You'll find hundreds of weekend-only special deals throughout the store. Get a men's zero exposure midweight jacket. Special purchase priced at $29.99. Select boys zero exposure snowboard jackets, also $29.99. Save $20 on this Keurig Elite Brewer, $99.99. And save $150 on a Dyson DC-41 Animal Vac. Farm and Fleet's Thanksgiving weekend sale, November 29th through December 1st only.
Cold night, about 30 degrees here in DeKalb on the final weekend of November, the final weekend of the Illinois high school football season. Welcome back. I'm Dave Bernhardt along with Boomer Grigsby, tied at 14. Boomer, offensively, we have 28 points on the board. Any surprises that either of these teams have thrown out there?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Stillman Valley has stayed true to who they are. SJO, even though they're a balanced offense, has kind of came out and thrown the ball a little bit more, but I still wouldn't call it a surprise.
Stillman Valley got the ball first today. They went 3 and out. St. Joe Ogden ends up taking it a little bit over 50 yards. The final play of that drive, a 60-yard touchdown pass from Dalton Walsh to Connor James for a 7-0 lead about midway through the first quarter. Stillman Valley answers the call. Micah Castronovo, he doesn't carry the ball much. This one goes for 8 yards. We're tied at 7. Into the second quarter we go. Zach Hare finishes off a drive for Stillman Valley with that 3-yard touchdown run, putting the Cardinals on top by a touchdown. But again, as these teams are wont to do, answering is St. Joe Ogden. A second touchdown pass from Walsh just to Clayton Silfer for 12 yards and a tie score. Final drive for St. Joe Ogden came up a little bit short. There are your offensive numbers. No real surprises there. 170 total yards for SJO. 44 yards passing for Stillman Valley. We heard Matt Rodewald talk to Mike Lawler about will they pass more. Those 44 yards came on that first scoring drive for Stillman Valley.
Well, I don't believe that they will pass more. They may, choose their times. I mean, they've been very successful throughout the year of occasionally going to the play-action pass because they're such a run-dominant team.
St. Joe Ogden won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Stillman Valley got the ball first, which means the Spartans will get it here in half number 2. They have to feel pretty good about that, the way they've been able to move the ball.
Well, I mean, if anyone's going to make any adjustments, most likely it's Stillman Valley. I mean, it's hard to make adjustments if you're the coach for SJO because ultimately, they're limiting Stillman to the big plays offensively. But as far as defensively for Stillman Valley, they, just as Coach Lawler spoke at halftime, they need to find a way how to pressure the quarterback.
Two coaches that know each other so very well. They are great friends. In fact, Dick Duvall coached against Mike Lawler when Lawler was in high school winning a state championship. Will Duvall get his first state title as head coach at St. Joe Ogden? Does Lawler get his 5th? We'll find out next.
The IHSA is sportsmanship, competition, pageantry, strength, respect. The future plays here. The Illinois High School Association.
Your old furnace is costing you money. And I don't think I can make it through another winter. Right now at Four Seasons, get a new furnace from just $17.95 installed. Furnace and AC combos from just $36.95. Plus, take advantage of over $3,000 in rebates and energy tax credits. And enjoy 5 years interest-free financing.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Back at a chilly Husky Stadium, the folks have come here to DeKalb for the first time. We've had it in Northwestern, Illinois State University, Champaign, and now Northern Illinois University. And this is what the folks have seen, and you've been able to follow all day long. Lena Winslow gets that state title. That was a crazy ball game in 1A. The Panthers end up winning it 28-21. Then in 2A, Newman Central Catholic out of Sterling flexed their muscles, took a 34-13 halftime lead, scored another time in the second half to defeat Staunton. A Cinderella story came to an end for the Bulldogs. Here at the half, it's 14-14, St. Joe Ogden, Stillman Valley, a pair of teams matching an 11-2 record. And of course, coming up at 4A, Boomer and I will be along. Great matchup between Rochester and Geneseo. But that's just day one. Here's day two. Start your day with us at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Oh, baby, in 5A, Sacred Heart Griffin and Montini. Don't miss that. 6A matchup, a rematch between Batavia and Richards from a game played earlier in this season. A lot of folks are looking forward to 7A. It could be a defensive battle. Does Mount Carmel get a title in 7A 1 year after winning it in 8A? They'll have to get past Lake Zurich. And then in 8A, Loyola Academy coming to the state finals, 12-1 record against Naperville Central. Let's go to Kelly Krull down on the field.
Thanks a lot, guys. Here with Dick Duval. And first of all, your offense. I think you have to be really impressed with the way you've been able to go through the air. Can you talk about that a little bit for us?
Well, I thought we needed to mix it up a little bit. So, we came out with the idea that we were going to, mix the run and the pass. And, I think we got them on their heels a little bit. We're just going to have to continue to do that the second half.
Defensively, you mentioned that size would be a factor. They're challenging on the offense. Zach Harris, how do you guys stop him?
Well, I don't know how we're going to stop him. I think we're going to have to give more people to him. And obviously, if we concentrate everything on the fullback, then their quarterback's going to run or their tailback's going to run. So we just got to keep on doing assignment football. I think, if we continue to do that, eventually I think we're going to get it figured out.
What were one of the other adjustments that you maybe pointed out to your guys just a few minutes ago?
Well, I think, there's a couple things we can do offensively with our passing game, and then defensively, I think we're going to make a little slight adjustment with our defensive line to hopefully stop the off-tackle play a little bit.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
There you guys go. You can see a few adjustments he said on the defensive line, so we'll keep an eye on that.
All right, thank you very much, Kelly. And one of the words that stuck out in my mind, Boomer, was assignments. Now, against the flex bone, what type of assignments is St. Joe Ogden looking at?
Well, it gets referred to very common, within the business of playing assignment and gap accountable football, but ultimately that's the simplest way to describe it. Every guy has their role on the defense. Someone is assigned to the fullback on the dive, someone is assigned to the quarterback if he's going to keep it, and then someone else is assigned to the pitch. And that's why that's a triple threat veer option, that every single play somebody has to maintain their role because you're not sure which one of the three threats they're going to utilize.
On the other side of the ball, the Stillman Valley defense. We have seen them really make it tough for Orion Shody. In fact, we didn't see Shody in that very last drive. But stretching the field does not work so well, the horizontal stretching, for St. Joe Ogden.
No, St. Joe, they've done a great job of establishing the pass, and it's something that maybe some of the adjustments that they'll make at halftime is they've seen their opportunities within the passing game, and they realize that they're not getting any pressure on their quarterback, so he has the ability to sit in the pocket and throw the football. So I'm assuming that the coordinators have looked at it, made some changes, they'll come out with some new routes and a new form of attack through the air.
Matt Rodewald is on the Stillman Valley sideline. Matt, what's going on there?
Well, I'll tell you what, just trying to get to this point has been impressive for Stillman Valley. A week ago, getting a win over Aurora Christian, they had a 13-game playoff winning streak, and Aurora Christian, the two-time defending state champs, got knocked off by the Cardinals at home, doing so with a 12-second left touchdown from Zach Harris. He's a guy who says, this is a dream come true. You talk to Mike Laurler, he says this is one of the more unbelievable games that he had been involved in, and here they are a week later, trying to show some toughness, trying to show some mettle, and trying to figure this thing out. They win state championships in football, Dave, but they also have state championships in chess and in Scholastic Bowl, which means two things. You're either tough when you go to Stillman Valley, or you're really smart.
Well, it's worked successfully for the Cardinals so far. They're locked in a 14-all tie here at Husky Stadium in your 3A championship ball game. And a reminder, coming up next, 4A championship, two storied programs. One, a long history in Geneseo. A more immediate nature is against Rochester. There's your 4A matchup. And again, a reminder for our Comcast Sportsnet viewers, that ball game will be seen on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Now, all you have to do to find out what channel to head to is go to csnchicago.com. But again, 4A championship ball game will be seen on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Kelly Krull, Matt Rodewald, Boomer Grigsby, and Dave Bernhardt here bringing you this 3A matchup. And as we said, The Spartans from SJO will get their hands on the ball first. Folks from St. Joe Ogden, their championship site in the last several years has been Champaign. That's only about a 10-mile drive. They had to make the long drive here to DeKalb, just a flip-flop for Stillman Valley. One half of football to be played and no chances taken here. And Ryan Schode in the game, and again tries to get the outside. He can't do it. He's run down from behind by Eddie Torrance. But the one question we had was answered. Schode evidently healthy enough to play in the second half. So the defense for Stillman Valley, they got their 18-minute breather there at the half. They'll get on to the field. You saw the yardage differential, 20-yard total offense differential for St. Joe Ogden. Advantage Spartans. They will start from the 27. And quickly to the air. And about 7 yards on the completion to Jake Stewart.
He just runs a little comeback route, and what they've really done here is they've seen that Stillman is going to play off coverage. So anytime they're going to throw, like, so they know that the now pass is always open or the comeback. And Stillman's going to have to make an adjustment if SJO just continues to do that kind of methodically down the field.
Schode kept pushing and pushing. His feet kept moving. Did he get enough for that first down?
That's a dilemma that you get in, though, as a coordinator. You know, I mean, when you're not, you know, an extremely confident secondary, which most are not at the high school football level, you don't want to play a lot of man coverage because you worry about giving up the big play. So you play a lot of cover 3, cover 4 zone, where your secondary is kind of off the receiver and backpedals from the beginning, and you're willing to give up the short pass underneath.
See Dalton Walsh's numbers, 13 of 19. Of those 13 completions, they have gone to 6 different receivers. And a first down after that run by Schode. And we'll see whether, yes, they're going to say the catch was made inbounds. Dalton Walsh, the senior quarterback, when he was a freshman, head coach Dick Duvall said he just saw something in this young man that he was going to be a good one, and in fact he has come all the way to championship game. Dick Duvall says not a surprise, but that freshman year such a tough one for Dalton Walsh. In the summer of that, before the freshman year, he lost his mother in an automobile accident. She was also the cheerleading coach at St. Joe Ogden. This group of teammates just rallied around. They stuck together. Now here's Walsh bringing a title game his senior year. James the carry inside Stillman Valley territory. Connor James running hard for 15 yards.
They go to the pro set by bringing James in the backfield, and they end up just running ISO with Schode actually as the lead blocker. And Connor James has really showed. He showed last week by coming in and taking over for Schode and rushing for over 200 yards, but he's been very successful, you know, the drive before half, and even now at taking the ball and moving downfield with it. He's a bigger back. He's better to run in between the tackles.
As his coach Dick Duvall says, he's a physical specimen. They've just been on him to play a little bit harder. Well, he's doing it here in a title game. And again, good first down gain to about the 38-yard line.
And he talks about mixing it up. And I mean, here's what you do. I mean, you spread them out wide. You're in twin sets each way. You know, you throw the ball a couple times, and then you run the quick fullback dive right the middle.
Dick Duvall, as we said, and Kelly mentioned in the pregame, maybe coaching in his last game. He hasn't decided whether he's going to retire yet. Seems to be enjoying himself, even though the expression may say otherwise. And there's a completion to Hart. And Looking Land didn't find the ball. On the other side, Hunter Hart sure did for 20 yards.
This is a great throw by Walsh. He barely gets it over the defender's head, but they had the route, they had the timing down. I mean, he's really shown a lot today that he has a lot of touch with the football.
On a cold day. Not the nasty weather conditions that a lot of folks suffered through last weekend, however. First down in the red zone for the Spartans, looking for a go-ahead score. Big hit, great timing on the play, on the stick. Number 40, Seth Van Briesen. He timed that right on contact with the ball.
trying to run the cross route, just doesn't really get the football to him fast enough. But they're setting up in this pro set with the split backs. You've seen the screen earlier before half. I'm expecting that'll be something that they go back to here. I mean, both the running backs kind of inch towards the line of scrimmage, looking to chip block it all, and then could leak out.
Clayton Slifer, the intended receiver. Shody the carry inside the 15. The whistles continue to blow on number 77, and finally tracking that down, that's Jansen Sage. This ball was down at the 13-yard line. Clayton Slifer, that 12-yard touchdown pass, one of these 6 receivers. That's the last score we had in this ball game. It came at the 5:59 mark of the second quarter.
And this is exactly the kind of drive that you want when you come out at halftime. I mean, the game is tied 14-all, and it's kind of whoever's going to gain the momentum.
Walsh looking left all the way. And it will be 4th down.
Tries to get him just a little bit on the out route, and the ball just doesn't quite get there.
In a tie ball game in your 3A championship matchup, 3 minutes into the third quarter, a 4th down and 5, and St. Joseph Ogden will go for it. Shody, the only man in the backfield with Dalton Walsh. Walsh waits. The catch is made. Did he get it in bounds? He did. First down, Spartans. Jake Stewart able to tiptoe the sidelines. Take a look.
So they roll Walsh out to his right. They lead with Connor Janes up front, just sealing the edge to kind of give him some more time. And this is a great job by the receiver, catching the ball near the out of bounds, making sure that he gets both feet down.
Stewart gets that foot in, and as soon as that happened, that's a first down and goal for St. Joe Ogden, opening drive of the third quarter.
Either way, great play by the receiver. I get my NFL rules mixed with high school, the 2 feet to 1.
The carry up the middle, James Powers. And they will say he is inches short. Stillman Valley says there's a loose ball in that pile.
The ball definitely came out, but I'm not sure whether they'd already blown the whistle for forward momentum.
Nobody's moving. And that's where the ball will be. We'll take a look and see when that thing squirted out of there.
This is just the lead, but Connor Jane does such a great job, though, of keeping his feet moving after contact. I mean, his initial contact was at the line of scrimmage. You can see the ball come out, assuming because there was no change of possession that they'd already blown the possession dead due to the stop of forward momentum.
That's how far St. Joe Ogden is away from taking the lead in this one. Shody, head down and in. Orion Shody will give St. Joe Ogden the lead. A 3-minute 59-second drive.
They're really mixing and matching this up with using Connor Janes as the fullback this time and Shody as the tailback in the I formation. How, earlier in the possession going down the field, they would kind of alternate it and Shody would be the lead blocker. But, great play call, first down, or 1 yard from the goal line. Give it to one of your backs who have moving the ball successfully, allow them to lower the shoulders and pile in for 1.
And that extra point is no good. A 6-point difference here in NIU at Husky Stadium. But a long drive leads to a St. Joe Ogden advantage, 2014.
Here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we have pep talkers standing by to get you motivated for your GED diploma. Text the name Terry to 69222 for a sympathetic pep talk.
You show people what you really are.
Or for a gentle pep talk, text the name Deborah.
You're going to make people very proud of you.
And if that's not enough, text the name Danny for an extreme pep talk.
Prove everyone wrong. Show them you're the boss.
Get your GED pep talk and find free GED classes. Text the name of the person you want a pep talk from to 6.
This program is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy. Taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there. Central every night at 6:30, 10, 10:30, and midnight on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
That sideline feeling pretty good right now. 21 mixed feelings. That's Orion Shoddy. Had the touchdown run. The missed extra point could loom large.
We'll see how the game plays out, but Stillman Valley is just such a difficult team to stop offensively. St. Joe has done a good job of getting a stop here and there and slowing them down, but they're still the kind of team that is capable of the big play.
Saw the 5-minute time of possession advantage for St. Joe Ogden. Logan Alberts just about the 35-yard line.
You get an example of Logan Albert's athleticism. He's the kickoff return man, but he also plays defensive tackle at times. That kind of shows his diversity and the reason they put him on that front line in order to kind of utilize his quickness.
Connor McNames will bring his team to the line, and look at this. He has a couple of wideouts. Double wing look. Hare will carry for about 4.
Zach Hare is ball carrier.
Zach Hare rushed for 67 yards on 13 carries, 5.2-yard average, had a touchdown. His long run was 10 yards. That was first half numbers.
3 is second down and 7.
And nothing has changed. I mean, they came out at half, and you can still hear the pads smacking around on both sides of the ball.
Again, they're hitting it quick up the middle to about the 45-yard line. Be about a yard and a half short of a first down.
Here again, ball carrier.
They just may ride that big man. Hare had a 228-yard, 4-touchdown game in a quarterfinal win over Winnebago. That avenged one of the 2 losses for the Cardinals, and you heard the pads pop there. No gain. Number 5, Chase Gada.
Outstanding play by SJO. Chase Gada just comes directly downhill. There's zero hesitation. That is exactly the way that you want a middle linebacker, coming downhill, making contact behind the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, they give it quickly to Hare. He gets into SJO territory at the 48, move the chains after an 8-yard gain. And they are getting to the line in a hurry, changing the pace of this game. But not who carries the ball. Let's go down to Matt Rodewald.
You know, what's interesting, Dave, is being in a state championship caliber game like they were last week against Aurora Christian and trailing the entire way against the Eagles. They already are in championship mode, where this one's nip and tuck on the state final stage. This should help them be calm as they head in towards the 4th quarter.
When you have a head coach that's been around for 5 state championship ball games, that helps. But the same could be said for St. Joe Ogden. Their defense showing great quickness. Number 60, Jordan Hartman, one of the men involved. Number 71 there is Seth Griswold. We called his name a couple of times. There's a lot of white jerseys. And it's 3rd and long. To the outside, and a first down and more. To the 20, 15, Jacob Huey. Big gain for Stillman Valley. 34-yard run. Well, they pound you up the middle with Hare. And here comes Huey on the pitch.
This is exactly how they do it. This is why this offense is so difficult to defend, is that they will systematically just kind of inch away, pounding you inside, and then occasionally go for it. Take it to the pitch. Take the ball outside.
Say Huey stepped out at the 14-yard line, a 30-yard pickup. Power football forward inside the 10. There the carry again, reminding you 6'2", 230 pounds. They go very quickly to Hare. Reaches. The ball went into the end zone and touchdown. Well, when that ball squirted around on the goal line, it brought a few people's hearts to their throats in Stillman Valley. Hare with that touchdown run that he had against Aurora Christian. Similar play where the ball came free, but it's a tie score after the 8-yard touchdown run. And the big extra point coming up. Keaton Weber, soccer player at Stillman Valley, for the lead. And they have it. They sped the offense up. They got the line to the ball in a hurry. Zach Hare reaches. He scores. They lead.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Tomorrow, starting at 10, wrap up the IHSA Championships with Comcast Sportsnet. At 10, Class 5A Montini takes on Sacred Heart Griffin, followed by Class 6A Batavia and Richards. Then at 4, Class 7A Lake Zurich faces Mount Carmel. And finally, Loyola Academy and Naperville Central battle it out for the Class 8A Championships on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Don't miss any of the Class 5A through 8A Championships, starting at 10, tomorrow on Comcast Sportsnet and Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Visit csnchicago.com for listings.
Number 39 is Zach Hare. He has 2 touchdowns tonight, and he pounded St. Joe Ogden in that touchdown drive, and on that touchdown run, the extra point, the difference in this game.
Well, they knew coming in. I mean, they were going to ride the horse that got him here. I mean, this kid is he's just a Clydesdale. I mean, he is a monster when he has the ball. I mean, he's so unbelievable at gaining yards after contact and just kind of keeping his shoulders down. He's always falling forward, continues to drive his legs. He's a big-time player. We'll see him playing college football somewhere.
He is an Illinois Football Coaches Association All-State selection. He's carried his team to a 1-point lead, 4:55 to play in the third quarter. And SJO will get decent field position as we go back and forth here in this 3A game. Each team answering the call. As Matt Rodewald said a little bit earlier, after playing Aurora Christian in what felt like a state championship ball game, it was a relaxed Stillman Valley team then, a relaxed team here tonight. You get the feeling on the other side of the field, that's how they'll play it as well. There's your scoring drive. We haven't had any quick drives here tonight. They've been long, sustained drives. This one, 9 plays, 64 yards. Spread field for Walsh. First down into Stillman Valley territory. Connor James getting the ball every which way he can.
They spread him out, run an empty formation, put Connor James on the inside and let him just run a bubble. Catch Stillman Valley in a zone coverage. Ultimately, what you're doing is you're getting the ball in the hands of your playmakers out wide, forcing Stillman Valley to make a one-on-one tackle.
And after that 14-yard pickup, after one snap of the ball, SJO into Stillman Valley territory. Motion from James, time from Welch. He's got a lot of room to run. And he'll go down, gets about 7 yards. I was waiting for Walsh to do this a couple of times here tonight, and he saw the opening.
Well, it's a good decision by Walsh. I mean, you see him drop in the pocket. He's looking to the right. He goes through his read progression. He doesn't have a receiver open in the middle to throw it. Sees the opening to his left and takes it for positive yards. It's always better to take some green when you got it than force a throw.
178 yards of offense tonight for the senior quarterback, St. Joe Ogden. On the ground looking for the first down, and James will be close. That may be enough. Looks like they've put it just inside the 39-yard line, and it is another first down for the Spartans.
And SJO has done exactly what Coach talked about at halftime. Is they really came out. They knew they had to mix it up a little bit early in the game, but they've kept the same mentality and even diversified it even more in the second half by utilizing the run here and there, spreading it out to empty, going with split backs in the pro set in the backfield.
18th first down of the night for St. Joe Ogden. They've outgained Stillman Valley 263 to 214, yet they trail by a point on the scoreboard, and the Spartans will use a timeout here, the 3:18 mark of the third quarter. This is game number 3 of 4 here today in DeKalb. Earlier on, you saw Lena Winslow knock off Tri-Valley. Newman Central Catholic, another state title, their 5th, a 40-13 win over Staunton. Coming up in 4A, Rochester will go for their 4th in a row against Geneseo. Green Machine, the Maple Leafs from Geneseo. 3 consecutive state titles in the late 70s. They added another one in the 80s. It'll be an interesting matchup. Boomer and I will be here for that one, along with Kelly Krull and Matt Rodewald, our Comcast Sportsnet viewers. You're watching this game right now. We'll be switching over for that ball game to Comcast Sportsnet Plus. You can find out your channel in your area by going to csnchicago.com.
I don't believe that SJO had lined up in a proper formation based on the way you've seen Duvall coaching on the sideline when they came over.
That's a timeout used early here in the third quarter. They could prove big late, much as the missed extra point on their last touchdown. It's a first down. James joins Walsh in the backfield. James gets the hand up. Connor James powers forward. He's got about 10 yards on that carry. And boy, is Connor James coming up big. We talk about Zach Hare. James is his counterpart. Maybe not quite as big, but he runs just as hard.
He's playing a tremendous football game right here. I mean, he's a bigger guy, but notice how he kind of leans in order to kind of scrape right behind his offensive lineman, and then the moment he pops through, just goes vertical. He's not a guy who's going to try to dance too much or move too much. He's going to bring the shoulder down and go downhill.
6'1", 200-pounder. Another first down. To the air. To the sideline. To Stewart. They've run that pattern a couple of times. Walsh continues to be very efficient. That's his 18th completion in 26 attempts now here tonight.
Well, once again, I mean, he's feeling no pressure. He knows that Stillman Valley is in his own coverage. The defensive backs are playing 10 yards off the receiver out on the edges, so they're going to be able to get that little quick out route all day long.
After a gain of 5. Second down and 5. Shody up the middle. Orion Shody keeps pushing those red jerseys back. The gain to the 12-yard line. And yet another first down after a gain of 11.
This is a great job. I mean, you see the kind of the counter blocking, crossing, the little misdirection. They really caught Stillman off guard here. Throughout the season, when they were ever in that tight trips formation, SJO has done a lot more of either throw the ball or they'll run the sweep to the trips. That time bringing the ball back inside. Shody finds a huge hole.
Walsh under center. The pitch to Shody. Talk about folks close to the ball. You get about 6 white jerseys, 6 red jerseys. In the middle of that, number 21, Orion Shody. Now St. Joe Ogden inside the 10-yard line, looking to retake the lead.
That play they aligned in the same formation, but then ran the sweep. He's done a great job this half of not only mixing and matching, between the pass and the run, but his formations and utilizing from trips to, to twins each side to empty.
Inside the 5-yard line, close to another first down. Shody again.
Ryan Shody. Tackle by 60.
Just an inside lead. I mean, all the linemen are base blocking. He finds a way in order to edge around the offensive guard. Goes for another couple yards.
Third down and 2 at the 4-yard line.
This drive started back at their own 37-yard line. It has now reached the Stillman Valley 4. James to the outside and in. It was Shody, then James.
It's a great play by Connor Jane. I mean, I tell you what, you see SJO aligned in the power eye. They're going to run the football. Both lead blockers bring it downhill. He honestly should have followed his lead blockers, but either way, he bounced it outside, and just his pure heart and desire and the way that he's been churning his legs and keeping his shoulders down piles into the end zone. But the play is designed to follow his two lead blockers. I mean, simply, a blast play running the ISO out of the power eye.
After missing the extra point the previous time, St. Joe Ogden will go for 2. They lead by 5. Play action. The throwback the other way, and they get their 2. Walsh to James, and it's 28-21. Spartans.
We talked about it. They've been setting that up throughout the entire first half, even in the drives through this third quarter. I mean, they run the play action. The fullback sneaks out into the flat. Somebody has to realize, somebody has to have them. It was a great play call, lining twins the other side. You even had your quarterback roll out a little bit that way. No one's looking for the fullback, Connor Jane, to escape out through the flat, the backside.
That drive by St. Joe Ogden, answering the touchdown drive of Stillman Valley, took 9 plays, 63 yards, and 3 minutes and 53 seconds off the clock, and it all adds up to a 28-21 lead for number 7, Dylan Walsh, and the St. Joe Spartans.
It's a huge two-point conversion. I mean, either team has struggled stopping one another. And so, missing the kick earlier and going down by 1, if you're going to continue to play that game, you have to respect the fact that Stillman is scoring. So going for 2 and having the conversion, such a huge play.
62 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Dalton Walsh, what a night the senior has had. He'll strap that helmet on. He's going to play a little defense. In fact, for Walsh, Dick Duval in all his years never had a quarterback play defense. Just didn't want to take a chance on a quarterback getting hurt defensively. But Dalton Walsh was out the first couple of weeks. In stepped in Eli Olteen for St. Joe Ogden. Olteen did a great job, threw for 463 yards. So Duval says, you know what? I'm going to take a chance and have Walsh play some defense. Nobody wants to kick the ball deep here tonight, and Stillman Valley will get good field position at their 42. Let's check in with Kelly Kroll.
Well, guys, Dick Duval said coming into this half, they were going to have to get creative defensively, and I just watched Bob Glazer pull his group aside and say, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. The outside linebackers, start watching them go after the quarterback, because he can tell some of his guys are getting a little tired, but by no means did you see them by any stretch of the imagination start to say, oh, what are we going to do? He said, this is what we're going to do, pumping his guys up, and certainly that's something to keep your eye on here.
Very good. Thank you, Kelly. And an interesting point that she brings up, and the coaches bring up, the idea of fatigue, having to pound on a tackle like a number 39 or a number 25 on the other side, Herod and James.
Well, it's another reason that the triple option is so successful. And as the game goes on, fatigue starts to set in. People start to have more mental breakdowns. They start to get tired. They start to feel the contact that they've had the entire first half of the game of those nonstop dives. And then, mental mistakes are a lot more prevalent, along with missed tackles.
That penalty will go against Mike Lawler's team, the Stillman Valley Cardinals. An illegal procedure call. We've been relatively free of penalties here tonight. And it will set up a 2nd down and 10. Remember the quarterback, McNames, cleared a couple of passes in the first half on a scoring drive, but they'll just plow it up the middle. Short gain to Hare, and that may be the last play here of the third quarter.
SJO has done a great job with their defensive tackles. They have them lined up, outside of the guards, but they're doing such a great job of crashing down and making contact with Hare.
And he will power forward. He will get inside the 50-yard line. A 3A champion is going to be crowned. We'll have 12 more minutes of football. 3 lead changes in the third quarter. The final one belonging to St. Joe Ogden. They lead it by 7.
Grow your own way.
There's a first time for everything. We achieve goals. Celebrate. Cherish and protect what really matters.
I got no pulse for losing.
Charging. He's in VFib.
Shocking. Is it real all the time? Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. We just buzzed. Just buzzed. You didn't tell.
Don't miss Menards 2-day super sale. Doors open at 6 a.m. Friday for incredible deals. This 6-piece garage kit includes a jack stands, creeper, and wheel chocks. $39.99 after rebate. Upper Formax 104-piece oscillating tool kit is just $29.99. This 15-piece anchor bakeware set is $9.99 after rebate. Gourmet cookie mixes, pie filling, or recipe tins, only $4.99 each. Friday and Saturday only during Menards 2-day super sale.
An evening in front of the fire can be so relaxing, but dangerous creosote buildup can cause a chimney fire. Help protect your home with CSL, the creosote sweeping log. It helps clean your chimney while it burns. Inside your chimney walls, there's a constant buildup of flammable tar and creosote. The active minerals in CSL will reduce those dangerous creosote deposits, making your next fire safer. It's so easy. Burn just once every 60 fires. CSL, the creosote sweeping log.
CSL is available at participating True Value, the Home Depot, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, and Walmart.
See you, and just a reminder for our Comcast Sportsnet viewers, we'll be switching away from our IHSA coverage at the conclusion of the 3A game. So all you have to do is go to csnchicago.com, find the spot for your CSN Plus channel number in your area, and switch over for the rest of tonight's coverage. That, of course, the 4A game coming up after this one. We start the fourth quarter. Stillman Valley, the ball in St. Joe Ogden territory. We have been going back and forth all night. They'll ride the big man forward inside the 45-yard line. Nothing that Dick Duvall can do about that. I mean, he can have people fly to the ball, but then he could get burned on the outside. We heard him talking to Kelly at halftime about that. Not much you can do when you got a 230-pounder coming your way.
Well, we knew what to expect. They tried to pinch everybody into the A gaps, but Hare just simply took that one out to the B and got the first down.
Huey the carry. There are your rushing yards tonight. Stillman Valley approaching 200 yards. St. Joe Ogden a little bit more balanced attack with a 135 yards on the ground, 170 in the air. There the carry. People hit him. It takes a couple to bring him down, and he will be about 2 yards short of a first down.
Such heavy contact occurring. I mean, Stillman Valley knows they're trying to do. They're in double tights. They're in a true wishbone set. They're going to be running the football downhill aggressively, and SJO is doing the best they can of trying to come down and meet them at the line of scrimmage.
There, the little slide step gets him through the line. The extra step gets him to the 28, and yet another first down for the Cardinals.
This is so difficult to defend. I mean, they double block. Wing comes in, leaves the way. Hare comes downhill and just follows the block.
Nothing new, a little bit different formation to the 26-yard line. And this is the Stillman Valley team that lost their last 2 games of the regular season and won their first 7, then back-to-back losses to Rockford Lutheran and Winnebago by scores of 33-28, 26-20, avenging that loss to Winnebago in the quarterfinals. They have regrouped, and here they are. Hare at a full head of steam as he plows inside the 20-yard line down to the 17. Boy, he's coming right at you. You stop it. Brady DePratt with the tackle, and he fell it. Now Hare, the sidelines. He left the Aurora Christian game a couple of times. In the semifinal, they'll give the ball to his replacement, Eddie Torrance. And the drive continues as Torrance gets a little action here on the offensive side.
And they've stayed very consistent with this when they're in the double tight wishbone look. I mean, they're just running another form of ISO with one of the backs leading the way and handing the ball to the fullback. But SJO is doing a great job You just got to stop them a little bit shorter in order to try to get them in a position where they're going to be behind the chains. I mean, Stillman Valley is very comfortable with 3, 4, 3, little gains because they know eventually they're going to break one.
So Torrance takes his team to a 1st and goal, and Hare comes back in the ball game. Stillman Valley down by 7. Hare, both hands around that football, down to the 3.
Hare on the carry.
That is his 28th carry of the night. Hare now up over 140 yards, 141 to be exact, has a couple of touchdowns.
And you can see that he's wearing down a little bit. I mean, non-stop contact, all the rushing attempts that he's had.
It'll be 3rd down and goal.
A little bit slower getting up, but that's what happens when you're 230 pounds and they just keep feeding you the ball, and then, I mean, he's had less big plays than in normal games. A lot of times, he'll have some of this consistent contact, but then he'll break one for 30, 40. I mean, last week there was multiple different chances that he broke through the line for large gains.
Huey is met head on. What a stick that time by number 60, Jordan Hartman. The senior.
So much contact. I mean, this Jordan Hartman, defensive tackle, meets at the line of scrimmage, slides through, and just perfect form tackle, puts his face mask right in the middle of Torrance's chest.
14th play of the drive, 4th down and goal. They'll pitch it to Alberts. Can he get to the edge? He dives, he's in! Touchdown run, Logan Alberts makes it a 1-point game. So they go wide to Alberts, the 5'11", 175-pound senior. Dalton Walsh can't get him in time. And now the important extra point coming up, the extra point attempt from Keaton Weber. You'll look right at it. This for the tie. And there's your answer, but wait. We've got the extra point, and we've got 8:20 to play in this game. The touchdown by Alberts, the extra point by Weber, 28 all.
Bears postgame live every game day on Comcast Sportsnet. This program is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy. Taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there. High school football on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Burger King, Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. For Evermark, The Diamond, The Promise, and the Breedeman Family Dealerships. Visit them at drivehappynow.com.
The IHSA Football Championships are proudly presented by Country Financial. Achieve financial security.
There is your scoring drive, and we've had 4 of them here in the second half. 4 possessions, 4 scores, 15 plays to cover 58 yards. We have 8:20 to play in this ball game, and we continue to go back and forth. Stieg the Dean to kick it off. I'll hit this one a little deeper. Shoney inside the 5. Orion Shoney to the outside. And St. Joe Ogden is in business across their 40-yard line. Well, they kicked it deep. Shoney does the damage. This will go for a 38-yard kickoff return. the ball ending up at the 43-yard line.
It's kind of an example of how sometimes when you see kicks that are kind of dropped or buffed, this wasn't, but he had to pick it up off the bounce. And what it does is it kind of changes the dynamic of the kickoff team because it affects the timing of when he gets the ball. Some of the players are already downfield, but they don't know how much they want to pursue in to close their lanes. Shody took full advantage of it.
Well, in your NFL career, you were a great special teams player. What does that feel like as that's happening around you, on both sides of the ball?
Well, it's tricky. I mean, you see it a lot on TV. You see a guy even on a punt. Sometimes he'll fumble it, and it's almost like that excitement brings in the defenders more, and so then he'll bounce it around the outside. And other times it just kind of puts them in a panic. They don't want to over pursue when they're coming downfield.
Walsh stands in there, and this may have floated out of bounds. Yes, it did. Incomplete pass. The intended receiver was number 9, Hunter Hart. Glad you've joined us here in DeKalb, along with Kelly Kroll and Matt Rodewald. My partner is Boomer Grigsby. I'm Dave Bernhardt, and it is just the third of 4 games you're getting today, and the third of 8 games. So get the entire weekend here. State championship football at Northern Illinois University, and a big third down here in this game with 7.5 to play for St. Joe Ogden.
Walsh has really been impressive. I mean, that's a very difficult throw to make. I mean, it was just a tad bit outside, just the ball sailed on him just a little bit.
They'll need 9. Looking left all the way. On the run has a man, Stewart. Yes, he did. Again, Jake Stewart keeps a foot in bounds, and Walsh puts the ball on the money for 17 yards.
Great play by Walsh. I mean, he's sitting there in the pocket. He feels a little bit of pressure, but he rolls out. And to be able to make that throw on the run across your body, so impressive.
Key third down conversion, and a great ball right there from Walsh. My goodness. He's playing like it's about 75 degrees outside rather than 30. Big numbers for the senior as well. Great protection. On a comeback, and he found him. Hart with the reception. Walsh the presence. The calm demeanor, the gain for 19, and another first down for the Spartans.
They're doing a great job protecting him. I mean, Shody comes up here. You can see Shody, the tailback, actually blocking the end man on the line of scrimmage. And Walsh rolls out. These receivers are doing such a great job at working with their quarterback. The moment they see that he's rolling out, coming back to the football in order to separate yourself from the defender, make sure that you get your feet in bounds and come down with the completion.
Ball at the 21-yard line. Play action. This toss goes to James. Short gain of about 5.
Run the play action. You see as the fullback's running at the defender, a lot of times they're not exactly sure what to do. They're not sure whether it's a run play or whether it's a pass, and he just kind of slips him, finds his way open in the flat.
We have 7 minutes left. Every possession in the second half has resulted in a score. Hand off to James. Be about 2 yards short of the first down. You know, Boomer, this is a different type of shootout. This isn't one where a big 70-yard play. This is like sustained drives. That clock actually comes into play here with under 6:50 to play, because you could have the ball with 4 minutes left and drive it down to 0.
I mean, neither team has really had a big play, a huge play for a touchdown. I mean, both of them have just kind of patiently moved the ball downfield.
3rd and 3 to throw, and down he goes. Eddie Torrance. He will get the sack that will push the ball back to the 22-yard line. It will be 4th down and 11.
Huge play by Torrance, but this is an adjustment that Stillman Valley has made. You see them bringing pressure off the edge. That's something they did not do at all in the first half or in the third quarter. You know, the worry in that situation of why they most likely haven't done that is, you know, whenever you're bringing pressure, you know, there's less defensive players in the secondary, and usually it's man-to-man coverage. A great play call and good job by Torrance.
On 4th down, they need 11. Walsh to the end zone, touchdown! Hunter Hart, 22 yards on the 22nd completion, a record-setting completion from Dalton Walsh in a championship game, and St. Joe Ogden the lead.
And there St. Joe does a good job defending it. I mean, they actually bring 5. They're pressuring with 5 this time. So, you know, you don't have a cover 4 situation. There's only one safety back there, and they find the inside receiver running the post route.
Shoddy for the extra point. Nails it. 3rd touchdown pass of the night from Dalton Walsh. We've had touchdowns scored here in the 4th quarter, both of them coming on 4th down. Here's a look back at the 22-yarder.
So he's got plenty of time to throw the ball. He's feeling no pressure. The offensive line did a great job. You know, the receivers, they realize that the receiver is coming down, but he's going to just run a post route. I mean, he goes around the first defender and cuts it in inside the safety, and he just cannot make a play on the ball, and there's no more help inside.
Hunter Hart very happy that he decided to play football this year after sitting out last season. He has the go-ahead score in the 3A championship game. Dalton Walsh, we said, broke the 3A record for completions. The previous record was 20. He now has 22 completions in 31 attempts for 232 yards tonight. Previous record set by Isaiah Olson from St. Joe Ogden. So the record book doesn't change where it was from, just 2. There's another 9-play drive. And 5:44 to play. Just enough time for Stillman Valley. From the 15. Alberts. He's not done. He takes it out to the 40-yard line. The Cardinals, after the 26-yard return from Logan Alberts, in business.
It's a great return by Alberts. I mean, he's coming down and chooses to take it all the way outside across the field. You know, Connor James is in pursuit, and they overrun the ball, and he finds an angle in order to come back and make some more yardage. And that's what you get. I mean, rarely, I cannot recall ever seeing a kickoff returner defensive tackle. So you get that sort of athletic ability in your return man.
First down, Stillman Valley. Hare, he'll get 5. And Boomer, now you wonder with Hare, you saw a little bit of fatigue from Hare. He's just carried a ball for his 30th time. Can Stillman Valley continue to give the ball to big number 39?
Absolutely. I mean, this kid has showed nothing but heart all year long. I mean, this is the state championship game. You know, they're down by a score.
He has it again. He has a big hole. He nearly gets through. Oh, my. Brady DePratt, the tackle. Let's go down to Matt Rodewald.
Right now, limping off the field with that left knee. This is the exact same thing that happened a week ago at Aurora Christian. On the final drive, in the final 2 minutes, he limped off with the left knee, came back in, and eventually scored the game-winning touchdown. We'll see if he comes back.
First down into St. Joe Ogden territory. To the outside. Eddie Torrance will bring it down inside the 25-yard line. Whether it be Torrance or Hare, big gains. 41 yards on the last 2 plays of this game from Hare and now Torrance. And you get a look at Zach Hare being worked on to the sidelines. Torrance had a hole. It was closed quickly.
Well, Stillman Valley does not feel any pressure due to the clock right now. I mean, they're moving the ball efficiently, and let's not forget that last week, you know, they came from behind the majority of the second half of that game against an Aurora Christian team. But they have showed that, you know, they're capable of scoring fast.
Not much there. Let's get an update on Zach Hare with Matt Rodewald.
Well, Hare just got up. Looks like he's going back in right now. They were stretching his left leg and trying to work on that calf, possibly cramps. And yes, in the cold weather, you can get cramps if you don't intake enough water, Boomer.
My partner does not have any cramps tonight that I'm aware of. I haven't seen him limping around much, but he's been on that field for it. McNames will keep it. I haven't seen Connor McNames with the carry. Clock running, 3:40. St. Joe defense maybe looks a little tired. What about a timeout called by the Spartans? Is that an option? I'm
going to hurry it up.
Yeah, the pace belonging to Stillman Valley. Hare hits hard. He's hit hard back. Did he get enough? On 4th down and very short, he did get enough. And he'll come off again. Mark Stokes comes into the game to replace Hare. And he's going to have to get stretched out again. 3:20, clock on the move. McNames to keep. McNames on his feet, inside the 5.
McNames on the keeper.
So another little wrinkle thrown in here by Mike Lawler on this drive. The quarterback, the option keep.
Well, McNames, this is why he's such a valuable player, even in a triple threat, offense, because a lot of it is based on timing, and he's making a split-second decision on whether to hand the ball off to the fullback or not. I mean, that mesh point happens so fast with the fullback coming directly downhill. There is no sidestep. He's firing out of his stance, and it's up to McNames to give him the ball or keep it.
1st and goal. Torrance spinning, and he comes up short, just turned away. Oh, he was looking across that goal line. I'm not sure. Maybe number 4, Brady DePratt, that turned him around. Nevertheless, Dalton Walsh also in there. The ball will be inside the 1-yard line.
And the big guy is back in the game.
He will get it. And he'll be stopped. Boy, did they collapse on Hare. It's 3rd down and goal.
There are some high-impact collisions going on here. I mean, the game is being fought right there in the trenches, but the linebackers are coming downhill so hard. And the moment that some of these guys get the ball, you can just hear the pads crackle all the way up into the press box.
3rd down, less than a yard. Hare. Oh, they stop him again. He reaches.
He definitely.
He is short.
He's short. He got stopped there.
It will be 4th down and goal from inside the 1. Look at the effort from the senior, Zach Hare.
I mean, he gets hit right away in the backfield. At one point, it almost looks like he's a 1.5 yards back, but he keeps his momentum going. He tries to move his legs and reaches for the 2nd effort.
Dick Duval, he wants a timeout. He will get it with 1:21 to play in this game. The ball is inside the 1-yard line. Again, that last run by Zach Hare. Let's see where that ball ends up here. Knee still up. Well, he's down right there. It's hard to see where that ball may be in relation to that goal line.
It appears the ball is over the goal line. I'm not, and you would think that maybe you couldn't say that they called him down by where his tail was sitting, because that was, 1.5 yards back.
Well, the last time that Stillman Valley was here, they pitched wide to Alberts for a 3-yard touchdown run. The last 2 touchdowns we have had in this game have come on 4th down.
Hard to say what they're going to do. I mean, they've been riding the horse all year long. Now you're at 4th and 1, trailing in the 4th quarter of the state championship football game. Most likely you would just hand the ball to the big guy.
On 4th and less than a yard. Hare in easily.
Touchdown, Stillman Valley.
And the Cardinals answer. We've had 6 possessions in this second half. Every one has resulted in a touchdown. The last 3 have come on 4th down. And Zach Hare has pulled his team within 1.
And they've done this, now twice kind of on very short down. I mean, they're still essentially running the dive straight ahead, but he just kind of takes a little bit more of a lateral step to push it out a little bit wider. I mean, it was no secret that the ball was most likely going to Hare, so St. Joe's defenders were all pinching in.
Extra point attempt for the tie. And Keaton Weber sends it straight through. 1:19 to play in your state championship ball game, Class 3A, and it's a 35-35 tie. We've talked about the poise of Stillman Valley. They took 4 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. They go 60 yards. They use 12 plays, and they are tied at 35.
It's a great play drive by Stillman Valley. I mean, they stayed true to exactly who they are. Moved into the double tight, ran the true wishbone, and just pounded the ball all the way downfield, ate up so much of the clock. But let's not forget, SJO has done a great job today of moving the ball through the air. There's plenty of time left, if they can utilize some of those out patterns and some of their deeper routes, to kind of make the completions and move the ball downfield and stop the clock by getting out of bounds.
Stillman Valley has all 3 timeouts remaining. What happens on first and second down, very crucial to what they may do. These teams have had great field position to start their possessions, all scoring possessions in this second half. Stillman Valley has started out on average on their own 39. St. Joe Ogden starting on their own 38. Let's see how each team elects to handle it here, what Stillman Valley will do kicking off.
Well, and SJO has playmakers at both levels of the kickoff return team. They have Connor James in the second level, and they have Shody all the way back in the far. So, I mean, either way, if this ball is kicked, if it's squibbed, you have the possibility of getting it to one of your better offensive weapons.
Line drive kick for the 25. And not the average field position that either team has been used to. Let's take a look at our Burger King players of the game. First of all, for St. Joe Ogden, what a night the senior quarterback Dalton Walsh has had here this evening. Walsh, number 7, has thrown for 232 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's also done it on the ground. So Walsh, our St. Joe Ogden Burger King player of the game. On the other side, who else? Zach Hare. Touchdown runs, over 30 carries. But he has to sit and watch as the completion, again, out of bounds. Been great sideline painters run tonight by St. Joe Ogden.
2nd down and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Your Burger King players of the game. Number 7, Dalton Walsh. Number 39, if you can still read it in the back of his jersey, Zach Hare. There are the numbers for Walsh. The other number is a 35-35 tie. Walsh is not going to escape. He'll get about a yard, and that's it. And a huge 3rd down with the clock running. Underneath a minute to play. Stillman Valley with 3 timeouts remaining. St. Joe Ogden just 1. All right, here we go. Neither team going to stop that clock. Walsh flips it out of bounds. He didn't like what he saw, and it's 4th down with 35 seconds left. Stillman Valley, all timeouts remaining.
This is a good decision. I mean, they're going to punt the football. When you're so deep within your own territory, it's 4th and 5. There's 35 seconds left in the ball game. You don't want to risk going for it, not completing it, and handing the ball over to Stillman Valley, at the 35-yard line.
First punt of the second half. Good snap, no pressure, and a good hop. And Huey will just let it roll. And it will stop at the 17-yard line with 20 seconds left. Well, you're enjoying our 3A game. You'll enjoy 4A. It will be Geneseo taking on Rochester. Now, a reminder for our Comcast Sportsnet viewers, we'll be switching away from our IHSA coverage at the conclusion of this game. But what you need to do is go to csnchicago.com, find the CSN Plus channel in your area, and then switch over for the rest of tonight's coverage. 6:30 tonight. We'll be simulcasting on both Chicago Sportsnet and Chicago Sportsnet Plus. So you have a little bit of time there to find your channel. Time, not necessarily in favor of Stillman Valley, 20 seconds. And they appear as if they're ready to play for overtime. We will have an overtime game in Class 3A as we end regulation tied at 35. It doesn't get too much more drama than this. You get yourself in a situation where you go back and forth for the entire second half, and it's going to come down to an extra period or more. Along with Boomer Grigsby, I'm Dave Bernhard. This has been a flat-out fun game to announce and hopefully a fun game for you to watch. Now, here's how it works in high school football for those of you that aren't aware. Your high school football overtime looks like this. We'll get a coin flip to see what these teams want to do, go on defense or take the ball. It will start from the 10-yard line. You get 4 downs to go 10 yards. You can do whatever you want. You want to kick a field goal, you want to score that touchdown, whatever you want. In this situation, Boomer, the advantage goes to the team who chooses to go on defense first, because defense, you say, okay, I'll know when I get the ball what I have to do offensively. I don't know if either team can stop the other, though. We may be here a while.
I mean, both teams have moved the ball so successfully that, I mean, it's been a shootout. I mean, it's unbelievable. No one really predicted that this game would be this way, and you can't ask for a better state championship football game than 35-35 overtime.
There's Mike Lawler. He is out in midfield for the coin flip. Lawler looking for his 5th state championship. Duval coached against Lawler when Lawler was a player on a state championship team in 1989. See the captains, Herrera, Hare, along with Alberts. And now they will just let Hare make the call here. Now we'll see who does make the call. The visiting team here, of course, is St. Joe Ogden. Whoever wins the toss decides what they want to do with the ball. Want to play defense? Want to play offense?
Tail, flip, catch it, put it on the back of my hand. If I drop it, we'll do it again.
The ball will start at the 10-yard line, no matter what. Here we go.
Oh, drop it, we're going to do it again.
It's cold out there. Nice catch.
Okay, it's heads. Heads, you win the toss. Okay. Okay.
St. Joe Ogden says they will take defense.
Play down at that end. Okay. Put your back.
And on the other side, Stillman Valley will decide which end of the field they want to go. Okay, so the clock means nothing now. Each team gets an opportunity.
Okay.
There's one timeout per overtime period. And again, we can play as long as these teams remain tied. And Boomer, my feeling is this, and let me ask you, if these teams are driving 60 yards for scores and nobody can stop them, how do you stop them from 10? Is it a turnover game? Is it a trick play, or do you just say, hey, you know what, we're just going to go with it the way we have?
Well, I mean, I don't expect to see any trick play, but this is overtime of a state championship football game. I mean, both teams have played so well. I think, though, that still the advantage, if you had to say base, was still Stillman Valley is built around moving the ball 10 yards, where St. Joe has done a tremendous job of moving the ball downfield, but sometimes they work better with a little bit more space. They have the ability to run deeper routes and kind of cause more confusion into the secondary.
Our last overtime game in the state football finals came in 2009 in Class 7A. You're getting one here in Class 3A. Stillman Valley, the ball to start here at the 10-yard line. It's 4 downs. Why not? Here the first carry. He'll get a couple, maybe 3.
there's still a chance, but I mean, one unique part of this football game is we really haven't seen any turnovers. You know, neither team has fumbled the football, you know, or at least for a loss. I mean, you know, a couple times the ball's been on the ground, but neither team has created turnover.
Oh, great shot inside. Number 4, Brady DePratt. Oh, did he undercut Zach Hare? They met at midfield for the coin toss, and they meet right here in overtime.
Just doing such a great job as inside linebacker coming downhill, making contact, but realizing, you know, you're against a guy like Zach Hare who's got a significant weight advantage and strength advantage on you to go low, take his feet out from underneath him. 3rd down and goal. Option, McNames keeps it. Still on his feet, he'll take it to the 2. And that ball, though, was dropped after McNames went down. It will be 4th and goal from the 2. Well, as we said, we've had 4th down touchdowns tonight. You see the ball come out there on the end. I'm not exactly sure whether his knee was down. I mean, it's a hard thing to see. Hare powers it in. The official signal touchdown. St. Joe Ogden thought they had a fumble. We'll take a look. Zach Harris had a habit of that ball coming out near the goal line. He wraps it up. Oh, absolutely. That ball was out. The back of his body was turned towards the goal line. The ball had not crossed the line yet.
Well, there is no replay in high school football. So Weber looking to stay perfect on the night. Now penalty flags come out. Stillman Valley has taken the 41-35 lead. Here's our call.
The ball, encroachment on St. Joe.
Okay, Boomer Grigsby, you go for 2 now, right? Ball now going to be at the 1.5-yard line, and here comes the offense. Big encroachment penalty. Looking for 2 points from 1.5 yards away. Looking to make this an 8-point game in overtime. And they do. Stillman Valley was going to be happy with 1. They get 2, and now they have forced St. Joe Ogden into a no-brainer decision. It's a score and a 2-point conversion attempt. That's what St. Joe Ogden will have to be to extend this to a 2nd overtime.
What a confident call from Mike Lawler, going for it. 2-point conversion. There was an offsides. You're close, but I mean, it's 4th and 1. It's 1.5 yards. Get in the end zone. I mean, you're taking the risk, but you're understanding that you haven't been able to stop St. Joe all night long. So take advantage. Here's the touchdown. And you can see that ball was clearly out a little bit in the official's defense. I mean, there's so many people in the pile. You know, there's no replay in high school football.
Yep, you indeed got the best look at it right there. Here we are, 10-yard line. Mike Lawler, that many yards away from his 5th state championship. Motion from James. Walsh. He has some room to run. A flag is down behind the play. Walsh is down at the 5, but let's check out the flag. It may have been a block in the back, an illegal block. You may have heard it. It will go against St. Joe Ogden. Take a look at it as Walsh was scrambling. Here's the call first.
Block in the back. On St. Joe.
See the defender cross his face, and then as Walsh rolls back to the left, the St. Joe offensive lineman tried to peel back a little bit.
And speaking of back, that's where this ball is going. Back to the 27-yard line. The huge contingent of Cardinals fans from Stillman Valley on their feet. It's first down. SJO must get into the end zone. Walsh finds his man. It's Stewart. He turns at the 10. He is inside the 5-yard line.
Incredible play. Big penalty, backing you up, backing you all the way back. I mean, once again, you see him, he feels the pressure, does a little dancing, then escapes, rolling out to his right. And how well this kid has thrown the ball on the run. Just simply brilliant the way that he has been throwing the ball all game long, even in moments of panic, and the way that his receivers have been working with him, knowing that their quarterback is in a scramble and working with him that way along with coming back to the football.
Second and goal from the 5. Walsh again. Nearly intercepted, and that would have ended the game. Number 81, Matthew Lewis, looking right at it.
Stillman Valley was prepared for it this time, though. Matthew Lewis this time, earlier in the game, Connor James escaped out to the flat, and with the fullback sneaking into the flats for the touchdown. This time they stay in zone. They stay in their coverage. There's nowhere to throw the ball to, and had a big opportunity to finish the ball game.
Third down. James, he's in the end zone, and it's come down to a 2-point conversion. How about St. Joe Ogden? Back to the 27-yard line. They get the touchdown.
The play call, even in overtime, mixing it up, going to the passing game, running some play action, and simply giving the ball to Connor James, who's been very successful all day long, running the ball in between the tackles downhill.
Timeout called for the 2-point conversion. We've got the 4A title game coming up following conclusion of this one. And again, just a reminder for our Comcast Sportsnet viewers, we'll be switching away from our IHSA coverage at the conclusion of this game. And all you have to do is go to csnchicago.com. That's csnchicago.com. That way you can find your CSN Plus channel in your area. You can switch now for the rest of tonight's coverage. csnchicago.com to find your Comcast Sportsnet Plus coverage. Dick Duval. The call is made. A career that has spanned 26 years and 4 second-place finishes. He needs 2 points to extend this game to another overtime. If that man right there, Mike Lawler, if his team can stop SJO, he will win his 5th title in Illinois.
Of course, I mean, you cannot make it any more dramatic. An overtime game that comes down to a 2-point conversion.
Pressure, game over. Stillman Valley, your 3A state champions.
What a way to finish the football game. I mean, all game long, Stillman Valley has had no success in pressuring the quarterback. None whatsoever. Choose to fire blitz it. You know, all of your secondaries in man coverage, they send the house. Without a doubt, they get to him instantly, causing the sack and the football game. What a play call.
Logan Alberts, number 2. Eddie Torrance, number 20. Walsh never had a chance.
They bring the pressure, but Logan Alberts just, you know, being a smaller, more explosive guy, just kind of comes right off the ball in the sprinter stance, and there's nothing in between him and the quarterback, Walsh. He has no chance of eluding him, nowhere to go, nowhere to throw the football.
I don't know that you can get 2 opposite emotions on the 2 sidelines that you just saw.
You cannot ask for a better football game.
This was spectacular. Offenses answering every challenge. And then it became the defense that answered the final challenge for Stillman Valley. Mike Lawler won a state championship in 1989 as a player at Marion Central. That's when he was on a team that defeated Dick Duvall's first state finals team. Since then, Stillman Valley, with Lawler as head coach, won in 1999, 2000, 2003, and 2009 to go along with 2013. And now our Country Financial play of the game, the last play of a 43-41 game. It comes on the defensive side for Stillman Valley. Your Country Financial play of the game. Logan Alberts, Torrance, and that